Hello everyone and welcome to PlayStation Tournaments Fight Nights for Tekken 7 North America. I am the Skilled Roy, joined here today by Rip. Rip, how you doing today, man?
I'm feeling pretty good right now. Of course, we got another Fight Nights tournament for you guys. We got a lot of cool players too, a lot of new faces that we haven't really seen actually before, so it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, I am really excited. As we get into this, it's going to be a lot of really great action, lots of great matches. If you guys want to catch up on all the sort of previous matches we've had and all these incredible tournaments, you guys can go check us out on the YouTube PlayStation Esports channel. It's an incredible channel for all sorts of great content related to not only just Tekken, but all the different esports we have here on the PlayStation website. So lots of great stuff there.
Exactly, and I was talking about it a little earlier. We do have a lot of players here that are new faces that we haven't really seen out here at this PlayStation Tournament Fight Nights before for Tekken 7. But let's talk a little bit about the format, how these players actually qualified to make it into the tournament this far. Of course, we had our open qualifiers, and that whittled down to our top 8. We had the European region playing earlier, now it's time for North America's top 8. It's going to be a double elimination format, best of 3 games the whole way through, until we get to the top 3, and then it'll become best of 5 games.
Wow, there's going to be a bunch of great matches here for North American Tekken. And let's see, of course, what are they playing for, actually? Let's go take a look at that real quick. And, of course, that is going to be the prizing. So first place, $200. Second place, $150. Third place, $100. Fourth, $50. And, of course, all prizing is valued in USD.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at these players, though. Of course, the bracket coming up here. We're going to have a lot of new faces, as I mentioned. We got Storm going up against Dr. PGNGM. And yes, he's a real doctor. We also have Oron the Slayer going up against Zabi JZ. Ace Unlimited versus Art the Clown. And the classic Divine Exorcist going up against Tondo. These guys have been playing a ton out here at this place of Fight Nights. The last couple at least have been Divine and Tondo, so very interesting to see who takes it there. The guys from Mexico always battling at these PlayStation Fight Nights.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolutely stacked bracket. Even though some new faces, you definitely recognize some of the favorites and some of the people who've been across these Fight Nights quite a few times. But for those of you guys at home, if you want your chance to compete in these tournaments or have your chance to be here with us, have us commentate your matches, you can go ahead and check compete.playstation.com, which will have a bunch of great resources for you to go check out and go on there and compete on hopefully the next Fight Night.
Exactly. Compete.playstation.com, guys. Sign up and get involved. There's also the PlayStation Discord if you guys want to check out the Discord. That's where you guys can get all the information on how to enter these community tournaments, as well as more information about esport events, articles, videos, and you can just meet with other people in the community as well. There's the QR code on the screen right now, or you guys can check that link out.
Yeah, and that's a really great resource just to find people around your skill level or find people to find like mentorship from. Like, especially when it comes to fighting games, we love our community here, and there's a lot of great players there who will help you out and get you prepped for the next Fight Night.
Exactly. That is the goal again. PlayStation Discord, check it out, guys. Scan that QR code on your phones. But coming up first, we are going to have a nice match here. It's going to be some of the new faces. And, just looking at how the bracket was stacked, it's going to be interesting because it means that our top 3 is probably going to be one of the newer faces, whereas the bottom half of that upper bracket final is going to be, one of the returning faces, most likely, right? So, pretty interesting bracket we have overall.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this, especially when you see new faces or faces who haven't been on broadcasts as frequently. You're really excited to see what they're bringing to the table. I know I took a little peek at the character rosters that we have coming up, and there's a lot of characters you don't often see too frequently in the bracket. So I'm really excited to see what they bring. Might be a lot of character specialists, might be a lot of people who've really been in the lab getting ready for these tournaments, but we'll have to see what ends up happening here.
Exactly. I do believe our first match that's going to be coming up is going to be Storm versus Dr. PG and GM. What does PG and GM mean, do you think?
I don't know. It has to be a doctor of something, like a PG. I can't even imagine what it might be. But I do know that they do play Julia. Maybe, perhaps, something connected. I can only hope. But we'll have to see.
I got no clue.
I have no clue. It's when you get to the 4-letter acronyms, you're like, I have no clue, man. But they are Dr. P, age 33 from Florida. Their Twitter is Dr. PGNGM. And, of course, their stream also twitch.tv/DRPGNGM.
Yeah, that is very complicated of a name. I gotta say, if you gotta tell people where to follow you and you gotta be like, yeah, DRPGNGM, probably gonna be difficult to get people to say it just by word of mouth at least. But make sure you guys check him out. Gonna be rocking the Julia here. But of course, his opponent gonna be Storm. Storm going to be a player that is new to me, but gonna be rocking the Ganryu. Taylor, 27 years of age. out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Make sure you check him out on Twitter at StormHusky3. Streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/@HuskyStorm3607. Yeah, YouTube streaming, man. People are starting to check it out as well. It's pretty interesting. But Julia versus Ganryu, a lore battle here. We already know Ganryu's going to be in love with Julia, but we'll see how much Storm is going to be in love with Dr. PG and GM out here.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting match. Obviously, we've seen a good chunk of Ganryu's through some really great players throughout the various fight nights. Haven't seen too much Julia yet, so I'm really excited to see how this matchup sort of comes together here. Especially because Ganryu is such an interesting character because there's a lot of different ways to sort of take him. I feel like even between the ones we've seen on previous fight nights, they've been pretty different. So when we have a relatively new face coming up here, I'm curious if they might bring something new to the table for Ganryu as well.
Yeah, when I think of Ganryu, I always think back to Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection, where he was a very strong character because his backdash cancel kind of made him duck backwards, so it gave him like extra backdash distance essentially. So he doesn't have that anymore, but the core of the character is roughly the same, I would say, with his just incredible down forward 1 range. Down forward 1-4 is a really annoying string. His down forward 3 is really good low poke. So he just has been this really core fundamental character, but at the same time, they've given these new stances now that, you know, kind of extend his functionality and, you know, create more mix-up opportunities for the opponent. And I think that that's kind of where I've seen a lot of Ganryu players, you know, kind of take the character to the next level.
I believe Gatto played it a couple times in previous weeks, then had crazy mix-ups, all sort of prepped with Ganryu. So we'll have to see what Storm brings to the table here. And I can't imagine, especially when you're playing Ganryu, I feel like the character implicitly sort of brings out a lot of specialists, like a lot of people who just play the character or really go hard in on all the different data on him. So I'm excited to see how this sort of goes here.
Yeah, and Julia, you know, she's one of these characters that we've seen so much of in the, you know, Tekken World Tour. And just from, you know, top players like John Ding have just been carrying this character so far, ranked 2 as well. So it's one of those characters that we knew for a long time had a lot of high potential for tournament placements. But for one reason or another, I think probably just because there are 60 characters in the game or whatever, that you know, we just don't see as many in tournaments because there's only so many top players playing so many different characters. But definitely a very, very strong character in Julia.
Alyssa, we're getting into it in just a moment here. On the Howard Estate, famous for the Twitter clips. We'll see if any get generated out of this, if these two have any crazy combos in mind. But I'm excited to see as we get into this match right here.
Exactly. Game 1 coming up here. Howard Estate for Julia, going to be obviously a very good choice. She can go wall to wall to wall to wall to balcony probably.
Yeah.
I mean, if any character can do it, I would count on Julia to be one of them. We'll see what happens here, though. Those combos obviously are very, very rare to see in tournament, actually. When this stage first got announced, I was like, they're going to put multiple floor breaks back to back. Like, that's going to be so cheap. Like, people are going to find 100% combos. Never happened. So, you know, huge shout-outs to Namco for figuring that out and balancing it the right way.
Yeah, it's like there's space just enough where it's like inconsistent enough where they're not going to be too crazy. But already a fantastic start here by Storm, taking right to the wall. And there's the palms. You love to see it.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
We're breaking one wall too. That's gonna be. Oh my gosh! Are we starting like this with the perfect? All right, Storm, game on.
All right, we were talking about it earlier, but Storm seems to have it all dialed in. Let's see if it gets another. Oh, counterattack though. Wow, Dr. P.
This is. Oh my god, they are swinging. This is definitely going to be a slobber knocker. You know, I never use that term.
Yeah.
You know, I say it for wrestling, but dude, this is a slobber knocker right now. Slap.
Huge damage here, going almost wall to wall there. Here we go. Oh, catch it this time. No.
Scoop.
No.
Oh, I love the wall standing for that wall splat. When you get an upside down wall splat like that, you can actually get a regular wall combo. So that was real good awareness from Storm to even get the wall standing for there.
Yeah, Storm's showing a lot of mastery on the character. Nice break. Here we go. Back to the wall.
Unblockable again? Jeez, oh my gosh, Storm is gross.
Yeah, Storm realized, hey, this guy might not know about it, and then starts throwing it out. And that's what you got to go for in fighting games. Assessing your opponent, seeing what they know. Oh my goodness.
I don't want to play Storm ever in my life. This guy is wild. Storm, 3 rounds straight for game 1. Doctor's going to need a doctor. That was beatdown.
That was absolutely explosive. Incredible play by Storm. Incredibly dominant. And it seemed like neither player hit the block, tried to block even once there. Just everyone was counter-hitting each other constantly. Oh my goodness, that was a crazy match.
Yeah, I talked, you know, a bit about how Ganryu forever has been this really strong poke character with his pokes. Forget the pokes, just smash it with all the launchers and the unblockables.
Yeah.
That was wild. Storm, you know, going for 2 unblockables in the first game of the tournament. that we're seeing on here, pretty wild playstyle.
Yeah, I'm on board with these new faces. I don't know what they've been doing online on Tekken, but I am down for it. I'm excited to see it. We'll have to see what game 2 goes for here. Of course, when you are doing crazy motions like that, the real question is, of course, consistency. Best of 3, you might be able to get away with it, right? But we'll have to see if Dr. P manages to adapt in one game down already.
Yeah, I think if you're the Doctor right now, you got to be thinking, all right, this guy is wild. I have to block, right? Because they're not pokes, they're going to be more punishable attacks usually. So you can kind of look for your openings either with, punishing on block or looking for a sidewalk. If it's a slower big hit, or if it's like the unblockable, you can easily sidewalk around that as well. The unblockable, obviously, we've seen it twice. If I'm the Doctor right now, I'm thinking I have to stop the unblockable.
Yeah.
I have to hop kicks there. So it's ready to go. You just have to be able to pull the trigger when you see it. And now that the cards have kind of been shown already, a little bit easier to react to.
Yeah, I think maybe that's part of the Storm strategy here. I would absolutely lose my mind if Storm goes back to a more reserved poke style Ganryu, using that first game as an explosive, in the mind games. The mind games would be incredible, absolutely stellar. But something tells me Storm might just go for the Hail Mary and bring it all out again for game 2 here. As we wait for the players to get ready, it's going to be a fantastic match already. We've seen how fast that was. It might go even faster this time. I was kind of expecting explosive matches just inherently with Howard Estate. There's lots of fun wall combos that can happen. Not the crazy ones, but at least 1 or 2, like small, like maybe 1 or 2 wall. And it didn't disappoint. So here we go. This time on Dragon's Nest.
Yeah, this time definitely a smaller stage to contend with here. But Dragon's Nest for Julia, obviously she's going to be able to go wall to wall in this stage. Ganryu not so much, but that's the thing about Julia, right? Like, she's very strong in these smaller stages. So we'll see how that plays out. But Ganryu also very good with the wall pressure. So if he can get you backed up against that wall, especially get you ducked and get that jumping palm for the 3 headbutt for the wall splat, etc., things like that, that could be really good for him. So let's see what happens here. Game 2, the Doctor needs to make a comeback right now, down 0-1 in the set to Storm.
See how it starts this time. Oh,
just goes for it.
Just goes for it. Yeah, you know what? This is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a test here for Dr. P.
Oh my God!
God
there's
damn
his
it.
dance mixed up.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my God! Is that it? That's just
Storm?
it. That's just it.
Storm don't like to block, man. If you're the Doctor, you gotta block something. You just gotta block something. Whether it's the big lows, the mids, you gotta block something.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna hit a button
every time.
Just block. Just block.
Yeah, at this point, you have to recognize that your opponent is just flailing and swinging for the fences on some of these hits. Nice, here we go. Get the side swap. Okay. Make it play honest. Make it play. Yeah, catch him out perfectly right there. Oh, no. There we go.
Wow, okay. And see, that's the thing, right? Storm, he was going to keep hitting buttons, and Doctor really slowed things down at the end of that round and make sure he got the close out there. That wasn't the hop kick button, but nice try.
This seems to be doing pretty much more solid here. Looks like Storm is recognizing this a bit and slowing down his pace ever so slightly. Active blocking here. Here's more of these pokes. There's these pokes. There we go.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of character inexperience against the Ganryu. You can see it now from the strings that he's getting caught by. But that's a big counter. It could have been a launch. Is it enough damage? It is going to be enough damage.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
There you go. Nice job. That is exactly what we want to see. 2-1. Really great stuff already by Dr. P. Great adaptation out of the kind of explosive game 1.
Oh boy. Salt upper blocked. And that's the thing. See, Doctor's blocking everything on bone arrow. That's a small punch. You can take those. Yeah, he's got a duck right there. He's not ducking after that down with the wall sent you.
Oh, gets caught out. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, catches the roll and ties it up 2 games apiece. Here we go.
Hop kicks. Whoa, okay. Definitely had a misinput there. But we get a bad access for the grab, though. I like that he's been going to grabs in this game, too. Grabs have been paying off.
Yeah, I love the side stuff there. There's another one. There, you called it out perfectly. That's the roll. Easy down. Yeah, that's... Wow. Great adaptation.
Stream's over. Whoops.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Slowed it down. Went to what worked, right? And a lot of what worked there was just finding the grabs. In Tekken 7, the throws are kind of... I will say they are easier to break because... a lot of them are generic, but Julia has some command grabs, and he went with the command grabs, and you have to hit the correct buttons on those, and a lot of opponents are not prepared for that, right? Because if you started with Tekken 7, you didn't really have to deal with that, because all grabs were not command grabs, essentially. That's kind of the differentiator between this game and the previous ones.
Yeah, exactly. I think one thing you mentioned as well, you mentioned that there might be some character inexperience here based on what the strings are getting hit by for Julia. Maybe that's why, hey, you recognize the opponent doesn't know what to do against Julia's buttons. Now it's time to break with the command grabs because clearly they aren't ready for those either. So really great stuff from PG, for Dr. PG right there. Really great stuff. We'll have to see if there's another counter adaptation here by Storm, because right off the bat, like, I was honestly ready to write this off as a clean 2-0, but Dr. P really slowed down the pace and sort of made Storm play a more honest game, and we'll see how this sort of happens here.
No, that's exactly what I saw to that too. You know, I really thought that Storm was running away with it, especially the way that the first round started there in game 2. So shouts to Dr. PG and GM. Man, I want to know what that PG and that GM is. Hey, chat, what do you guys think the PG and the GM is in the doctor's name out here? I'm curious.
Yeah, apparently I hear word here that it's a PhD in punishment. Apparently,
what?
Which it doesn't match up with the letters at all.
That doesn't at all match up.
There's not even H there, so I'm curious as to what that might mean. But
and it's definitely not based off of the strings. He's not punishing right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll have to see what happens here in just a moment as we get into the final game here for the best of 3. I honestly could go either way at this point. Even though Dr. P did take that last game, it could be a thing where Storm just acts so explosively again. Because that first game with Ganryu was so strong for Storm that, like, if momentum gets on his favor again, maybe Dr. P doesn't know what to do anyways.
Yeah, it definitely is momentum based right now. But again, I think the key for Dr. PG is just to slow things down and just block. You know, in Tekken, it's one of those games where you don't take chip damage, right? Like, you have to be blocking a projectile, which only like 3 or 4 characters in the game have to take chip damage. So the majority of the time, you can just hold back and you're not going to take any damage, right? And then you just got to look for the big lows for the most part. Yeah. But that's all he's got to do. Let's see if he can get it done here. It's one apiece. Precipice of Fate. Maybe Storm Husky will adapt back. Let's find out.
And you know, I noticed as well, he did switch skins to the classic Julia look. So maybe that was a part of it too, you know? Here we go. Oh, just goes for it. Let's go.
There we go. We had to start the combo time, not the finish of it. But, you know, you got to start somewhere.
Of course. Going right to the wall. Should be nice and clean. Yep. Doesn't get the full rapid punch with the rapid combo. That's fine. Uh-oh. Yep.
There, yeah, you know, that's some simple post from Ganryu that we haven't seen yet from Storm.
Yeah, Storm definitely has it in his back pocket. Has the explosive style to sort of see if the opponent is ready for it, and then poses things out with a more like tactical and strong poke style. Nice catch here. Here we go. Ooh, just managed to, I think, low profile the headbutt there.
Oh boy. Come back right now from Storm. PG trying to close it out here. Wall combo might do it. Not enough.
Just
barely.
barely.
Get the low hit.
There you go.
The string. Second hit on the low. Beautiful stuff. PG and GM ties it up. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, you're already seeing a lot closer of a match here between the first 2 games already. So this is kind of interesting. Oh wow, just goes for it. Here we go. Full combo. Just go right to the wall. Nice and easy. Moon pin there. Good stuff. Nice. I love the cartwheel back. It creates some space to beat the counter poke.
Wow, we blocked the scoops that time.
So scary running for it, but goes for it anyways. Here we go. Right to the wall. It should be nice and... Oh, not enough. Just barely. There we go.
Wow, and running away with it right now. Set point for Dr. PG and GM.
Yeah, what a comeback this could be. Great adaptation so far. Storm can't make something happen here, though. Goes for the salt offer. Here we go.
Storm needs to go back to the unblockables. Oh, the strings to get him, though. This combo's been working out.
Oh, here we go. Across the entire country. Oh, nice break.
Good throw break, though.
Yeah.
And the power crush choice good there, too. Punish there. Nice clap.
I love that momentary pause there to really fade it out as well. That was absolutely perfect. Threatening rage.
Oh, you can launch that. Power crush
no.
gets beat by the low. Pixel rolls forward. Oh my god.
My goodness.
Storm with the most dangerous possible way of getting up off the ground and loses the set afterwards because of it. Congratulations, Dr. PG and GM. Make sure you go subscribe to him.
Yeah.
He's on fire right now. 2-1. Gets the first set of the day.
Yeah, I was not hopeful after that first game, but Dr. P really brought it back together. Understood what was going on with Storm. He's like, okay, hang on, man, hang on. You can't get away with that, and manages to take it away. Really, really great stuff.
Honestly, I think Storm should have kept going for it. I think Storm should have kept going for the unblockables. I think they were working. I think that was actually the best play there.
Yeah.
I see the chat also has no idea what the name means. They say maybe Dr. Pro Gamer and Game Master.
Oh, that'd be good.
Could be.
That's not bad. That's not a bad one for sure.
Could be, but he's pretty good, man. The Doctor is staying on the upper bracket. Congratulations, Doc. You're up there.
Yeah.
One step closer to the top 4 payout.
Yeah, really great stuff. Like I said, we were talking earlier. Like, this is just a really solid match. Really shows how good adaptations were from Dr. P. Yeah, I kind of wish the Storm went more all in on it. Why not at that point? It could have been really crazy if they just worked out that way.
No, yeah, I mean, I think the unblockables were actually working out first game. Like, usually if you see that kind of a play style, you're like, all right, he's kind of wild. He should probably settle down a little bit. But in that instance, it was working. I think, he hit all of them, right? I mean, one of them, I don't think he even got really hurt out of it. It was like a small poke.
Yeah, a small poke.
No, it wasn't launched for anything. In that instance, you have to go for it. And even like the big scoops, one of them was blocked, but it wasn't launched either. So, same thing, right? If you're getting away with murder,
just keep murdering.
Yeah,
I got you.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to say to people, but keep doing what you're doing if it's working, is what I'm saying.
No, I think in games like Tekken, especially when there's so many characters and so much knowledge for you to know, if you notice your opponent doesn't know something, it's on you to quiz them for it as much as possible. And I think that's what really might have changed the outcome of that game instead.
Yeah, I think that especially in Tekken, right, where you have characters that have like 100 moves, if you find just a couple that the opponent is not familiar with and they're having a hard time adjusting to it, you have to keep doing it, man, especially in a 1-2 format. So definitely something to consider here. But let's take a look at the bracket. Let's see where this puts us right now. Of course, this was just our first match of the day, but Dr. P, G, and GM coming back. They're 2-1 over Storm, means he's staying on the upper bracket. And that, of course, means he'll be waiting for the winner between our next match, Oron the Slayer versus Zabby Jay-Z.
Yeah, and this is going to be another great match as well. This is, I believe, a Katarina player and a Kunimitsu player. So this is going to be the Battle of the K's, really solid two characters. Katarina, I don't see too much of, unfortunately, but I am really excited to see what they could be bringing here to Fight Nights.
Yeah, I hate Katarina. So we'll see. Katarina going to be possible here. Leo or Kunimitsu, the other side. For Zabby there, right? So we'll see. That's a pretty interesting roster of characters. I think for Oron Slayer, it's Katarina or Miguel. So it's a very interesting roster to even have between your characters because Miguel has more punches, Katarina has more kicks. It's the way to think about it. But here's Oron the Slayer. William Fields, 31 years of age, out of Maryland. Check him out on Twitter, Oron the Slayer, or on stream in the chat right now. I saw him a second ago. Twitch.tv/Oron the Slayer. Give me some crazy names to say for Dr. PG and GM. I saw you. But good luck in your match, sir. With the Katarina repping here, obviously. But also has a Miguel as a secondary, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see, hopefully, which one comes out. Maybe both of them, depending on what happens in the match. But, of course, his opponent is going to be Zabby. In just a moment here, we'll go take a look at their player card. Zabby, 29 years of age, from Utah. Twitter, Zabby's12, and stream, Zabby's123. Pretty cool. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, Zabby Jay-Z.
Yeah,
that's an interesting name too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you sound it out or you say it per letter, but there you go.
I don't know, man. I feel like if that was my name, I would put like Jabusiness. It's close.
It's close.
Jabby. You see, I wonder if he's going to be using a lot of. See, I'm getting mixed now because I'm thinking about the Z as the J.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's like Jabby instead of Zabby.
Oh no,
he's Zabby.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see if Zabby is Jabby. And, yeah, potentially the Leo here. Or the Kunimitsu, as you brought up.
And it's interesting, too. I find like a lot of Kunimitsus also have the Raven as a backup as well. But Leo and Kunimitsu is an interesting combination of characters I don't think I've really seen very often.
Oh, for sure. Definitely something that we don't see a lot of.
But we're getting into the match just shortly as both of our players get ready into this. So, tell me, do you have any experience with the Katarina-Leo matchup, any chance? Because I am unfortunately at a loss for this one.
Honestly, in Tekken, you don't really have to think about matchups a whole lot. Like, there's probably a handful, like maybe like 2 or 3 in the entire game where like, oh, this one's going to make a huge difference, So you don't have to really bother with it, but it's always more of a test of how much one player knows about the other person's character, right? And both these characters, I would say, in North America at least, are a little bit underused. I think both of these characters are actually more popular in Europe. So we will see here.
Interesting. Let's see how it plays out here as both players get ready. We are seeing the Leo this time versus Katarina. Let's see how it goes.
There's Abby.
Ooh,
wow, okay.
immediate.
Wow, nice low parry. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, combo on point here, and Katarina can be very strong with the wall combos, especially when she has rage.
Well, I love this patience. Look at that, just holding the ground. Goes low, beats it out entirely. Gets caught though. Here we go. Leo carrying right to the side there. Side wall. Getting all the damage though. Huge stuff. Rage on deck though. Ooh.
Yeah, locking down with some down forward ones here. Zabby, not so jabby, but the down forward ones work.
Absolutely. It's looking pretty strong there for Oran when he started up the momentum, but Zabby brought it back nice and clean. Oh, back hits here. Here we go.
Yeah, that was all because of the little side stuff out there from Oran, so that was really clean stuff. And now the pressure for the perfect. Yeah, you got to know how to deal with Katarina's Harrier stance. The Harrier stance transition is very hard to deal with, especially if you don't recognize it coming. That was a good jab from Zabby. All right, Jabby Zabby, let's go.
Yeah, right to the wall. Great stuff. Carries all the way in. Gets enter stance, but gets caught out. Right to the wall again. Yeah. Gotta recognize that side step at this point, I think. Throw it at tracking or wait for the. Oh, nice break.
Oran looking pretty good right now, though. He's got the life lead. Looking pretty sizable. Finds a little grab there. Katarina has no command grab, so you can either choose 1 or 2 or the 1+2. So you just got to recognize whether it's both arms or not. But Oran looking good here. 2 rounds to 1, going up in the set, and he is staying calm relatively. Zabby I think has does a really good job of kind of forcing pressure out of the opponent by not really doing anything, just by using the stance from layout to move forward and back to K&K stance. So that movement kind of scares a lot of newer players, but Oran's playing pretty relaxed right now.
Yeah, I've seen these moments where Oran just sort of chills and waits for Zabby to make a move. I'm really liking that a lot, and I'm doing the reactions. Nice. Tracks down. There you go. Really calm, really patient. Yep, trades, takes the win.
Yeah, in that instance too, right? Zabby was face down, feet towards, and in that position, the get-up kick low is an automatic launcher. So you have to be really cautious there, and Oran played that perfectly. Just walked up, waited to see if there was going to be any kind of get-up kick opportunity, took the time, defended correctly, and then just went for the punish and won the round. So, smart stuff.
Yeah, seems like a really, really solid fundamental play style here by Oran. We'll have to see if Zabby can make some adjustments there. Obviously, we sort of pointed out the sidestep was a huge part of that as well, maybe being a bit more patient, throwing a tracking move instead, hopefully managing to pin him down. But I really liked how Oran was playing really, really, I guess patiently is probably the best way to put it. Sort of reacting inherently to whenever Zabby's did something. You mentioned earlier, not being fazed by the constant movement. Really, really solid play, I think.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I saw there. So we'll see how game 2 goes here. Zabby, honestly, like I was saying, we had a lot of newer faces out here, right? And Zabby definitely one of them. But the Leo looked pretty solid there. I'm very curious, though, if we're going to see the Kunimitsu switch, because I think that Kunimitsu as a character is very, very hard to deal with. So I think if you play, especially if you've been watching Arslan Ash, right? Arslan Ash obviously has been doing very well in tournaments. That's an understatement to say the least.
So, pretty decent.
Yeah, this Arslan Ash guy, he's been doing pretty good in these Tekken tournaments. He's won like 3 Evos. But currently on the Kunimitsu, and if you watch how he plays the character, uses some of the most simple moves, just down forward 1 string, the 2-2 string, and just not really even forcing the really heavy full crouch mix or anything, and it is going to be the Kunimitsu. So I'm curious what we see out of him here. Because a lot of the Kunimitsus I see online, they force a lot more of the riskier mix-ups with Kunimitsu, where if you blocked incorrectly, if you get your offense incorrectly, it leads to a lot of damage through a punish. But she also has a very annoying play style where you just do a lot of safe pokes to just frustrate the opponent down. But to do that, usually you have to have really good defense as well. So Kunimitsu has a good backdash. We'll see if it comes into play here.
Yeah, we're going right to the church stage, I believe, and with Claudio's stage. So let's see how it goes here.
Alrighty, round 1, game 2, down forward 2 off the step. You see a little punish there. Oran seems ready so far.
Oh, there's the dash. Here we go. Ooh, I love the Harrier there. Nice. Nice. Jabs him out of there. Let's go. Right to the wall. Nice. Great challenge. Really fantastic stuff here by Zabby already, but gets caught this time. Here we go, Oran.
Yeah, Oran, good counter timing that time. Wow, pressure at the wall. Good block.
Hadn't even done it all set yet. Zabby still caught it. Great work.
Yeah, and look at the risk. I mean, the amount of life that just lost off of that is huge. That was a well-timed duck. Not enough damage to kill. And there you go, down back 3 to close it out for Zabby.
Yeah, really great adaptations for both players there, but Zabby comes out clutch at the very end. Oh, I thought that was going to be a punish, but nothing came out of that time. Big counter it. Here we go.
Easy wall carrier for Oron this time.
Nice. Oh, this might look like a perfect. Nice challenge. Forward. So scary here. Oh my goodness.
Good. I'm trying to think of like what's the riskiest thing that they could have been hit by there. And honestly, I think it's okay to duck there against Kunimitsu.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. The first got hit by the second. Here we go. Again. Gets the
Oh my gosh.
Just goes for it.
I did not expect that to do that much damage. And Zabby right back in it.
He has the lead here. Big.
Wow. Yeah, ran into that wild stand 3 that time. Wall carry's good.
Huge power pressure, manages to block just in time.
Oh man, I hate the way that spins you over too.
Yeah.
That flip over.
So out here, Oron has the lead. Oh no.
There it is. Same ground position I talked about earlier, right? Last time was really patient at the end of the game. This time was not, and it cost him big time. Look at that. You're going to lose your whole life bar there. That was 40%. It would have been even more damage. And that's going to be game 2 there for Zabby. And it's exactly the same ground position we talked about. Is face down, feet towards. And if you rush in against an opponent in that position, and they hit the 3 button, it's just a single button, that get-up kick is going to be a regular hit launch. It does not even have to be counter hit in that position. So there you go. Zabby gets the get-up kick this time and gets the whole game because of it.
Yeah, I have to wonder if maybe the character swap threw off Oron enough out of the patience. I noticed a lot less patience there across the board. Maybe he's more familiar with DeLeo, and in this case, ran into, unfortunately, the game ender there. So let's see what ends up happening in this game 3 now. I wonder, will we see another swap, Miguel? Maybe?
It's a good question. I think the problem really is just more that it's hard to be patient against Kunimitsu because you're kind of constantly waiting to get mixed up or counter hit because she's going to be set dashing at you, and if you try to challenge a set dash, you might get hit by set 2. And then, of course, you want to be on defense looking for that set 3, which is the low, but then she can also just set into nothing. And go for a full crouch mix, and if you guess wrong, then you just eat more damage. So she just constantly keeps you on your toes guessing, and it's hard to, be really patient against that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe perhaps it's difficult. It's kind of like a fork, You have to push in, but you're going to get punished pretty hard if you do it at certain moments. And it's really going to come down to really solid reads. We saw some really solid blocks last time, but we'll have to see if it comes out into play for this game 3.
We'll see. And yeah, there could be a character swap. Oron did list that they have a Miguel as a secondary. Miguel's a decent character, but I think also he has kind of a range issue. And since Kunimitsu has a big backdash, I probably wouldn't want to go with Miguel here. So sticking with the Katarina, probably a decent choice. And they ran him to the infinite stage too, which is, a lot of people say this is good for Kunimitsu because she's got the big backdash, but I don't think that that's going to matter with these players' play-styles.
Yeah, especially with, I think, how aggressive that the last previous match was. I think it might be more offensive here. Swapping the costumes for the last game. Here we go.
Alrighty, let's get it. Game on. Oron, the Slayer versus Zabby JZ. Final game. And down forward 2.
Solid damage. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, Zabby's feeling good. You can see it just from the movement. Playing real loose. Full
Nice.
two string, and man, that was great defense, but Oron doesn't really get the counter it off the trade.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate there. Nice catch to the low. Oh, no. That's good.
And this is the same thing, right? Oron, he consistently now, after getting a knockdown, has run into either a low launcher or a wild stand 3 on wake up. So just needs more patience here, similar to what we talked about in the first game.
Absolutely. Maybe try to challenge some of that back, gets more control back in this match. See what happens. Zabby using all the space he has got here. Constantly moving out. Yeah, look at that.
A lot of players you'll notice have a habit of doing something as soon as they get up off the ground. And if you notice that your opponent is doing this, you really have to just kind of dash in and dash back out, let them whip and whip punish. It's kind of like a shimmy Street Fighter sense.
Exactly. Oh no, the throw came in this time. I almost thought it was going to kill. There we go. Wow. Slides in.
Zabby on set point with that set 3 there. It was a risky option. Could have been lost and killed for it, but Oron, can you make a comeback right here is the question.
Yeah, Zabby feels like he's playing with a lot of momentum right now. Oron needs to slow down the pace, take control of the match, and gets caught by the sweep there. Well, these lows keep finding their mark. Before we saw some
Man, I want
great
to see.
carries.
I want to see Storm versus Zabby. Their playstyles is just going to be a total clash. And that should be that. Zabby with the Kunimitsu makes the comeback against Oron the Slayer.
Yeah, that was a great example of swapping
I
characters to
know
something a
combat
bit
is
more
for me.
suiting the opponent that you're facing against. Saw someone a lot more patient, to maybe perhaps too patient against the Leo. And was like, okay, I'm bringing out the Kunimitsu. I'm going to punish you for it. And really great stuff by Zabby.
Yeah, Kunimitsu, as we're talking about, is a very strong character right now. And I think it's a good choice. If Evo is coming up, it's around the corner, just like 2 or 3 weeks away at this point. Practice up your Kunimitsus, y'all. Kunimitsu, Fang Wei. I don't think this game is getting another balance update, so I think that those might be the characters to play going forward for the next, 6 months or whatever. But of course, Tekken also has that closed network test coming up. So starting later this week, if you guys have a PlayStation 5, you guys get into it. I think they're actually announcing
Who gets in soon?
whoever
yeah.
gets it. It's in like 2 days.
I think it's in a day
So
or
I
two.
think
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the 19th. So on the 19th, we'll find out if we are in that. And then, of course, the following week, it'll be on all systems. So pretty cool, man. PlayStation 5, getting that early access. Excited for that. Can't wait to see everyone playing Tekken 8 at the same time. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, especially from what little footage we've seen already, and I know some of us here have been lucky enough to play it. It's an absolutely incredible game so far. I'm really, really excited to see this next generation of fighting games come up, especially because Tekken 8 just looks so incredible.
Yeah, and there's no Kunimitsu or Fang. It's awesome. Can't wait.
Hey, man, Claudio made it
Totally
somehow,
perfect.
so I'll take it. I'll take it.
Definitely. But yeah, so far, we've got some progress in our bracket here, of course. We saw the Doctor getting it done earlier. Dr. PG and GM in that upper bracket. And now we see Zabby over Oron the Slayer 2-1. So it will be Dr. PG and GM taking on Zabby JZ in our upper bracket semifinals a little bit later on. But coming up next, we still got this bottom half of the upper bracket. Ace Unlimited, Art the Clown, Divine Excess, and Tondo. And you see down there the lower bracket, Oron the Slayer will be going up against Storm. So hopefully Oron was watching Storm because that Genry was wild earlier. We'll see how they do there because I think that Oron actually had the correct playstyle for Storm, but I can't wait to see that bracket down there updated later to give us the results.
Yeah, that's going to be. I almost wish we could see it because I think that's another great example of different play styles really interacting really well in this game. I'm kind of curious as to what will win out there, the patience or the absolute craziness. But their next match is going to be Ace Unlimited versus Art the Clown. So Ace Unlimited, I believe, is the Asuka and Jin player, and Art the Clown plays, I believe, Bob.
Oh boy,
that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Art the Clown, the last of our unfamiliar names out here at this PlayStation Fight Nights. Obviously, a lot of these players we see time and time again entering these free-to-play PlayStation Tournament Fight Night tournaments. But here we see Art the Clown, Kevin Bush, 41 years of age, out of Detroit, Michigan, with, as you mentioned, the Bob. So we'll see how he does out here. This is definitely an old man character. Bob came out in Tekken 6. So that was back in like 2009 or 10.
Oh my God! Don't make me feel old now. That's
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm just looking at the age and I'm thinking, that was the prime time for Art the Clown probably.
Yeah.
If you're getting and he says he plays every day, so I think we might see a cool Bob here.
I'm really excited to see that. A Bob of multiple game generations, but they are going to be facing off against Ace Unlimited, a really, really great Asuka and Jin player. I've seen them do a lot of great stuff already. Dominique M, 35 years of age, from North Carolina. Check them out on stream at twitch.tv/AceUnlimited00. The Jin this time on the front here, but I believe they started with Asuka last time, so we'll see which one goes first.
Yeah, you never know with Ace Unlimited, really, but I think that Asuka has been the pick. And both characters very good in this game, too. That's kind of the beauty of Tekken 7, honestly. It's just that every character pretty much is good. Like, you can make a tier list and you can try to separate the characters, but at the end of the day, you can lose to any one of them in a tournament, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, this is a game that rewards a lot of character specialization, a lot of knowledge, a lot of lab time. It rewards all those things way more than just some slightly more optimal tools, So I think this would be a really, really interesting match to see, especially for facing another player who, perhaps by this chance, based on the age, has been playing Bob for a long time.
Yeah, we'll find out, man. That is the question. Of course, Ace Unlimited, though, is a tournament veteran, has been entering Tekken tournaments for a very long time. So I'm sure he has Bob experience. And Bob actually, now that I think about it, has not changed too much in this game. He's kind of retained a lot of what he was in the past games. So still has some execution requirements if you want to play him that way. A lot of players don't even play him with like a wave dash. I don't even think you need to for the most part. But the wave dash is there if you want to just show off or flex on your opponent. I think that's part of the fun of the character. So we'll see what we get out of Art the Clown. But it's also required if you want to use that Hell Sweep, like players like Ru Kang like to do, just hell sweep the hell out of them. Do like 6 of them in a row. Eventually they'll want to duck, and then you hit them with something bigger.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be sort of the big sort of matchup here between the two of them. But we'll have to see. As you mentioned earlier, Ace Unlimited has plenty of experience. I can only imagine it would include Bob, but we'll have to sort of see here. Because Bob isn't the character you see too frequently, at least not from my perspective. So I'm kind of curious to see how it goes.
Yeah, Bob is an interesting character because at the highest levels of the game, you used to have guys like Saint and Ulsan from Korea that used to use his character. So this character it definitely required a lot of high execution. But at the same time, we also have players who don't really utilize him in that sort of Mishima kind of traditional play style. And just use pressure like Rick the Ruler has a great Bob, or Magnificent, or NYC Fab back in the day. But nowadays, less and less Bob players out, definitely.
Yeah, there's also, like we were mentioning earlier, in Tekken now there's so many characters right now. Everyone has something else they want to try, especially the new DLC characters looks really cool or really interesting to you. So Bob might be left to the wayside in those moments, and maybe perhaps that means Ace hasn't seen a Bob for quite a bit. Who knows? We'll have to sort of see as these first matches get together. But Ace is kind of a vet, so I kind of expect him to remember a good deal.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the bigger question to me is what character does Ace Unlimited want to use against Bob? I think that Jin might actually be more annoying for Bob to deal with because Bob has a really long-range jab, and if he wants to try to utilize that jab range, Jin can probably forward 4 counter it a lot more. And the forward 4 seems really effective for this matchup just because Bob's a round guy. It's going to be hard for him to sidestep as well around it as well. So we'll see if that comes into play at all. But I do believe, as we talked about earlier, that Ace Unlimited will most likely be starting off with that Asuka first.
Yeah, I do think the Jin is a really solid pick. But when you're in upper bracket and you have one game to play with to start, maybe try the Asuka, see how it feels, see if you feel more comfortable with it against Bob, especially if it can't character you don't fight against that often. Maybe you want to take the chance, But let's see how it goes right here. It is going to be the Asuka.
Oh, yeah. Cave of Enlightenment is where we're headed here. One of the most interesting stages in Tekken 7 just because it has the balcony break and the floor break in the same stage. No other stage has that.
Yeah, they went really well with some of the DLC stages in particular.
Oh, yeah, I love the DLC stages in this game.
They're all gorgeous. They're all either really pretty or have some really cool gimmicks, and I really like them a lot.
Yeah, and just checking this out, it looks like Art the Clown also has Ali as a secondary. So
oh, man.
That's a pretty good character to have in the back pocket as well.
All right, here we go. Gotten all stylish here with the Bob. Let's see it.
And he is shiny. Sure, you can. Okay. He's got some execution. He's willing to bet big here.
Yeah, I'm already liking this a lot. Huge.
Oh my goodness, betting super big, going for strings with 2 highs in it, 2 chances to duck out of there.
Yeah, when it comes to Ace, you got to be ready to be realizing here that this is a solid fundamental player. Going for high risk, high reward might not be the best choice to start things off.
Yeah, Ace, incredibly solid start there. Finds the up forward 3 counter it this time.
Nice sidestep again. Really great stuff here. Really solid fundamental Asuka play as you see it here. Just in time to block that as well. Catches back roll. Nice and easy.
Oof.
Damn.
Yeah, not looking so good for Arthur. I mean, I think he's got to go for the lows, though. The problem with go for the lows is against the character Asuka. She's got back 3 to avoid it. She's got can kicks to avoid it. So, maybe Asuka's actually a really good pick here.
Nice.
Look at Ace.
There it is, yeah. Oh, just cleans it up. Here we go. Yep.
There's the back 3.
Yeah, good call. Nice big kick, and that's going to end it. Definitive game 1, 3 rounds in a row.
Yikes.
That is...
Yikes.
That's dominant. That's dominant.
That was like if you read a textbook on how to beat Bob, and this section written by Ace Unlimited. Ah, I see. Thank you.
Yeah, the little guest feature right there. Incredible stuff by Ace Unlimited. So if I'm Art the Clown here, you have to immediately recognize that Ace is not going to fall for these high risk maneuvers. You got to go more fundamental here. You got to go much slower paced. You're just throwing a lot of highs, throwing a lot of moves that just immediately got punished. I have to imagine this is a good time to reflect and take a pause. Maybe the Lee comes in. That's definitely a possibility if you are only going to be playing aggressive Bob. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm real curious to see what Art the Clown's game plan is here, because obviously you could switch characters, or you could sit back and say like, all right, well, we have some data here, right? Like these things did not work. Let's not do these things and try out these other things. Personally, that's always been my preferred go-to for players, unless you feel like completely overwhelmed by your opponent. You feel like you're exhausted or your options. I don't feel like he has, but maybe he feels that way, right?
Yeah.
As we were talking about earlier, Tekken a game with literally hundreds of moves. So I think we only saw about like 7, 7 out of Bob there. I think we can go for another like 20.
Yeah.
That might find a way in against Ace Unlimited. But I think the bigger tell there is that Ace is definitely ready for the strings, right? So you can't gimmick Ace out with strings that have highs in it. Sticking with the Bob here, going to Mishima Dojo, I think that you have to definitely slow things down, and it's something that I've said time and time again, right? And it's something that I think will help a lot of newer players. And as we talked about earlier, a lot of new faces in this top 8 making it out this week. So we'll see what they learn, because obviously any experience you get in a tournament is good experience, because whatever you lose to, whatever move you got hit because you did, you know that like, okay, maybe I should reconsider how I use this move, right? And I love that, right? He went to the same high stream before, but instead of finishing it, he goes to the low after it.
I caught him twice with the low too, actually. This is really great. Already conditioning the low block here. Yeah, see, you saw it right there again. Ace went for it. Managed to break it in time. Perfect. But still pinned the wall. There you go.
Ace, he's caught onto the pattern immediately, right? Like, Art's gone to that pattern 3 times in a row now. And he's kind of using the string as like a pattern to make you guess, but it's something that you can still kind of react to. You'd have to go for a quicker low, but get the unblockable. Okay. Small damage there, not too bad.
I don't think anyone was expecting that. Wow, I can't believe that dodged that entirely. Ace immediately creates space. Ace immediately creating space here and ensuring this is taken care of, but 15 seconds on the clock. Don't away that lead.
Why is that a punish?
No.
Back 3! Calls it out. Such a good option for Oscar there. Very hard to punish. I think Bob gets forward 4-2 against it. Not sure if he gets anything bigger. Man, you are wild, Art.
Yeah, it goes for another Hail Mary blockable, but this time Ace catches it out and pins him to the wall. I like that first bit of that first game. Oh, here's the parry. Here we go. Nice. Damn, just calls it out.
Forward 3, counter hits against the rage drive there. Just like that, set point for Ace Unlimited.
Yeah, we need to see that slow pace again, Art. There you go. Oh, good big counter. Here we go.
Yeah, Art's been going to that back 2 string a lot, just to try to set up that low, but obviously we already saw Ace already got the block on it, right? So Ace has the mix already. So you need to do like back 2 and the headbutt. And he's trying. He's trying to set up the mix on his strings just by going for the back 2 and the different follow-up options. And look at that. It's too slow. You're not like on plus frames or anything afterwards. Ace Unlimited looking to close it out here. Good defense right now.
Oh,
trying to stay alive. 50-50.
No way.
Jab.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing, right? It's the same thing. He does back 2 and he treats it as if he's massively plus some frames and that he can establish his mix-up afterwards, but you can't. So it's a nice attempt there, Art, but the game plan does not work out. Ace Unlimited gets the set 2-0.
Yeah, honestly, I really like some of the adaptations already from Art there. I almost want to see this go to best of 5. Hopefully, he manages to make it through lower, because I felt like that second game was a lot more alive for him. A lot less risk. Did a lot more solid things. And Ace is a really incredibly solid player, so probably pretty close in some of those rounds. So I'm pretty happy with it overall, but Ace, of course, takes a clean 2-0.
Yeah, that was well played. Ace Unlimited, definitely tournament veteran. You know we're going to see him go as far as he can in this bracket. Now just 1 match away from getting to the top 3 even. So congrats to Ace Unlimited, making it deeper out here. Top 5 guaranteed, sir. But that was a fun one. And up next, of course, we're going to get the boys from Mexico, so that should be a fun one. Those guys play time and time again. I feel like I've seen them in so many top 4s.
Yeah.
Divine Exorcist and Tondo, who I'm talking about, that's going to be the match we have coming up next. Whoever wins that will be going up against Ace Unlimited up here, as we see. Ace with that 2-0 over Art the Clown. Art the Clown, of course, now in that lower bracket, waiting for the loser between Divine Exorcist and Tondo.
And you know what? This matchup is one that we've seen plenty on previous fight nights, even just in other tournaments. These two are incredible players. Unlike the previous matches, which have been a lot of wild cards, a lot of really, really interesting play styles. I feel like the match you're about to see is crazy that it's only happening this early in the bracket. These two are both fantastic, so I'm really excited to see this. Of course, Divine Exorcist on the Claudio and Tondox is going to be on the Kazuya. This is going to be a really interesting match.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of history against one another. Divine has been wild, though, man. We've seen this kid like everywhere. Divine Julian Lemus, 21 years of age, out of Guanajuato, Mexico. I hope I said that right. Divine X's4 on Twitter, twitch.tv/TMK, Divine X's4 as well for a stream. Rockin' is Claudio. We saw him, at the Tekken World Tour Finals in Amsterdam just in February. I believe he's also qualified now for IESF Finals in Romania.
Yeah.
At the end of next month. So, traveling the world all because of Tekken at 21 years of age, that's pretty good life, man. Good job, kid.
Yeah, and the crazy part is probably see the beginning of this. Claudio, of course, is already in Tekken 8. I can only imagine he's going to be playing him there, too, so I'm excited for that as well. But his opponent is going to be Tondo, who's also an incredible player. Marco Lopez, 36 years of age, Coahuila, Mexico. Again, apologies for pronunciation. Twitter, MT Tondox, and stream, TTV L Tondox right there as well.
Yeah, with the Kazuya, he definitely has the execution. When he gets rolling, it's fun to watch. But I feel like there might be like a mental block. I feel like these guys have played a lot, and I think Divine has the edge against them. So I feel like when they end up going up versus each other, you don't see the same Tondo that you see against other players. So we'll see what we get in this one, but I do expect to see these two characters at the minimum. Maybe Divine will bring out the Lars too. That's something we've also seen him go to. But in this situation, it's 1st to 2. So I don't know, man. I feel like you bring out the big guns immediately.
Yeah, especially if you have the edge here, which you have a history of beating Tondo, I believe, at least a slight edge with your Claudio in a best of 3. You take this first one, send him to losers early, and get ready for perhaps the run back in grands.
Exactly, and if you're Tondo in this situation, you obviously have a lot of data. Hopefully, it's time that you can put something together with all of those losses you've been accumulating. And I don't mean that in a negative way at all. I mean that is how people improve, right? You have to lose to figure out what's not working, do the homework, and figure out the best ways to break down your opponent. So I feel like it's inevitable where we're going to see, Tondo start getting the upper hand again. So only time will tell, man. These guys are regulars out here, PlayStation Tournament Fight Nights, multiple top 8 finishes between the two of them. And let's get it. These are the characters. Claudio for Divine Exorcist, Kazuya for Tondo.
Heading to the Devil's Pit. Of course, Tondo, an incredibly loyal character. Tondo incredibly loyal to Kazuya, of course, so probably seeing him stick to it for the most part. I'm really, really excited to see how this sort of goes here because these two long and story battles at this point, and we'll have to see if Tondo can bring it back from some of the previous matches.
Exactly. Devil's Pit, we get walls first, then Infinite Stage. We'll see how that plays out as well. But I do love watching some good Kazuya. Let's get it.
There you go. You already see the difference in pacing between these two players. A huge...
What the hell, combo 4 jabs? All right, Tondo. I was going to say, the first thing he did was throw out a Windy Godfist. It wasn't even electric. I was thinking like, oh man, he's not warmed up or he's just testing things out here. But that was not the way to start for sure.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Nice to get the side step on while running. Huge sweep. Let's go again. One more time. Nah, catch it this time. Fantastic work.
So while standing, one into the electric gets caught though. Spin him around. Not enough damage. Pixel.
Oh, so tight. There it is.
Wow.
Tondo takes the lead. Huge.
Yeah, and that extra slow low really gave Divine time to think about whether he should low parry or not.
Fields are out here. Starburst on deck. There's the wall again. I love how Divine plays it perfect. Ooh, tries to cover up his mistake there with the hop kick, but Tondo waited for a half second longer, perhaps experience from this as well. Huge rage route. Here we go.
Caught him. Oh, the pixel. Wow, out of range. Okay, chance. Big chance. Another one to the wall. That's it.
That's it. Wow. Are you seeing these pauses Tondo's throwing in constantly? Really, really great stuff.
And nice punish with that forward 2-2 just to build a starburst there. Ducks the high in the screen as well for the full launch. And Tondo with a great start right now.
Yeah, fantastic combo getting started there.
And half life bar lead, but Divine has the starburst locked. A loaded delayed hop kick. Looking good.
That's it.
It's enough damage.
Wow, I did not think that would kill.
Yo, Tondo, nice. Nice.
Tondo heard us, man. He's like, all right, man, don't worry. I got you guys on lock here. And takes the first game in a dominant fashion, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those rounds are very close, though. Like, that second round, I remember, the get-up kick from Divine just barely missed. Tondo was just like a pixel out of range, and he recognized the opportunity there, went for the hell sweep, recognized he needed another one, created space so he wouldn't get hit by a get-up kick, and as soon as there was no get-up kick, it was, all right, go for the hell sweep. It's a big bet, but in that situation, you have to go for it, and it was the right call, right? Divine didn't block either of them, entered the wall splat, and closed it out, and that's the danger of going up against Kazuya with your back to the wall.
Yeah, and look, we have to talk about those hell sweeps too. That the success rate on them was crazy. I think that was like 5 total across the set. None of them were blocked. So definitely some things to be thinking about here for Divine Exorcist as well. We'll have to see how they adapt for the next game here.
I love watching good Kazuyas who have the side step electrics or just good timing on their electrics. And we saw that there from Tondo as well, right? Like, he's got these little side steps, and the first thing I saw, he went right for the electric, and the next after that, he went left for it. So it's not even specific to like a character thing where he thinks like, okay, I know against this character I need to try to sidestep this way, or against certain strings I sidestep this way. It was just in general he's ready to sidestep in either direction and look for an opening. And he's quick on the trigger for the electric too, which I love to see in a Mishima player.
Yeah, especially when it comes to such a high execution requirement like that, being able to practice it on both sides, being able to throw it easily on both sides, really great stuff there as well. Tondo, obviously, great Kazuya player, and we're seeing it pay off in dividends here as he faces off against Divine Exorcist. Game 2 about to start on Geometric Plane.
Tondo, 3 rounds straight for game 1. Let's see if Divine can turn things around here.
Yeah, don't count Divine out. This guy has some absolutely crazy matches under his belt as well. Great duck. There it is.
There's a block on the hell sweep, though. That's going to be big. Man, immediately going for that back one from Claudio. So he's mixing up basically back one and side step 4 now. And now the down 2-2 with Starburst. That's the round. And that is the way to answer back. A 25-second perfect. Yes, sir.
Yeah, really, really great stuff by Divine there. I loved a lot of it. Maybe managed to catch the hell sweep as well was also very huge there. Ooh, tries to go for it twice. Wall running 3. Here we go.
And Tondo looks like he's hesitating a little bit right now.
Oh, yeah, he saw a lot. Well, there it is. Another hell sweep. Not phased by the first block. Catches the low that time. Great
Look at the side steps. Yeah. I cannot believe the range that these are hitting at him. There's the timing on those electrics. You gotta love it.
Great answer back. One game apiece. Sorry, one round apiece. Here we go. Oh my god, he has the button for it. Let's go.
Man, and he's unafraid, right? A couple of them have been blocked already, but he's like, nah, I'm still go for it. And look at the outspacement there.
Oh my goodness, no way.
Is that a word, outspacement?
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it when it's set up perfect like that. Great adaptations already. Divine has only taken 1 round between these 2 games so far.
Wow, Tondo is on point right now. If he went for electric, that would have been better. But at least he got hit. If you actually blocked that, he actually gets a full launch combo conversion. So, delay optic calling out the lows.
Somehow telepathic.
Yo, Tondo can close it out here. Oh, I was going to say, he just needs one more delayed hop kick, and he should have went for it. Divine at the down 2-2 with Starboard sends to a final round, game 2.
Yeah, the classic Claudio closeout. Here we go. They win the game here.
Good back 1-2 punch to those back 3-3s.
Oh,
counter it down back 3, beat the electric.
Right into the wall here too with Starburst. Gotta be scared here. Great, blocks the low. Divine loves getting people to the wall with that amazing footwork here, swapping sides. Oh, I'm so close.
Divine's in trouble. He's got a raid. Spends the raids. Still has Starburst. One more chance. He gets it. Wall splat. That's that.
It. Wow.
Man.
These 2 are crazy. I love watching these 2. They're fantastic.
Divine Exorcist hanging on there round after round. Tondo almost closed it out. But no, we have a game 3 incoming.
Yeah, these are the 2 I fully expect to see them fight again later on in the bracket. No matter who wins this, both of them are absolutely fantastic players, and you're kind of seeing it on display right here as they both counter-adapt and constantly change their game plan around each other. Really great stuff by both players.
It's pretty interesting, too, because Tondo seems to have a read on when Divine wants to go for the lows, right? That's why these delay hop kicks are working. It's not like a reactionary thing where he's like, okay, I know after this sort of thing. Like I can see that a low's come here, down back 3 or something. No, it's just more like I know he likes to poke me in this kind of a sequence, so I'm gonna just straight up crush it with the jumping delayed hop kick.
Yeah, and that's
it's
pure
honestly
call
great.
out. Yeah, it's incredible.
And it's a big payoff too if you're correct on it, right? And if it misses, it's not the end of the world a lot of the times. And we saw it miss, I think, in that second to last round, maybe the last round. But it's pretty interesting, that risk reward for going for that delayed hop kick in this kind of a situation.
Yeah, and obviously Claudio has plenty of great lows you really want to be using anyways, so it's a great choice in this situation, even factoring outside the player. Like any Claudio player really wants to be going for these lows generally, but Tondo seemingly noticing that the exact patterns and calling them out in such a huge way is going to be paying off in dividends. But unfortunately, Divine managed to close out the final match there, and now we're going to a 1-1 game apiece.
Duomo DeCirio here. A little larger stage. Balcony break, of course, a huge opening if you get downstairs.
We'll have to see if they manage to go for it. Of course, Claudio's home stage.
That's true. Home court advantage for Claudio.
Waiting for the players to sync up here their connections, and we'll get into the match just shortly. I'm really excited to see the final set of this.
Alrighty, let's see if Tondo can close out the W low parry from Divine.
Immediately. Great stuff. Right to the wall you go. Starburst online. Nice.
That back one.
Fighting out the corner. Oh, wall running 2. You love to see it.
Divine is so good, man. He just keeps the pressure on you. And Claudio is just so good at keeping opponents back to that corner.
Yeah, every time I see Divine play, he's always keeping opponents pinned there with a lot of great side steps, lots of great lows. Side step lows have been fantastic working out for him.
Oh my god. Backdash electric through the string. Yeah, he knew the wall here was a little short there. He was waiting.
Oh, I heard it come out.
Oh yeah, he's sizzling. He's ready. Second hit, big delay, back 3-3. And that is going to be set point for Divine.
Yeah, that's Divine seemingly running away with this. Tondo has to readjust. He's getting some really solid hits here, but he really needs to close them out. Oh, burns Starburst.
Yeah, but there wasn't much Kazuya could do at that range about it, but here's an electric. The timing is still there. Looking for balcony break. What the hell, combo?
Maybe misinput, unfortunately. Here we go. Great block. Getting it out here. Tondo has the lead. An electric to run in with. Huge sidestep. Here we go.
Power crush, good
my
choice.
Goodness. Fantastic choice.
He's got a forward 3 whip punch. At least a forward 3.
Oh no.
Superman.
He's here for another one. You can see it. There it is.
But he's got a block here, and that's going to be that Divine. Closes it out with the comeback. 3 rounds straight for the final game. Congratulations, Divine.
Yeah, that Superman punch is such a looming threat, and Tondo had been doing a great job before then, managing to just barely sidestep it a couple times, but those last 2 found their mark, and that was kind of it.
Yeah, I think, if you look back at the final game there, he had created a lot of space, and he had opportunities for whiff punishment, and he just didn't know what move to go with. And a couple times there, because he has forward 3, which is this long-range mid-kick, so if somebody's whiffing something from downtown against you, as Kazuya, that's your best option, I think, to really at least get some damage rather than leaving it completely unpunished. So something to consider for the future.
Yeah, I think in those situations you got to make the best of an unfortunate situation and just take what you can get. And if you don't, you end up getting these rounds that are really, really thin, and maybe that could have been the difference, right? So a little unfortunate
No,
there.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that he definitely would have won the final round if he had used that. So it was funny because you saw him moving around. He was like just waiting for that opportunity, and he saw like, oh, wait. Something whiffed there. What do I do? And you saw the mental like stop moving, and I don't know what to do. Okay, and then move on, But it's too late at that point. So yeah, but with that, Divine X is going to be moving on in the bracket. He's going to be staying on that upper half there, and of course that means that Tondo going to be moving down below, going to be going up against Art the Clown later, and with that win, Divine Exodus will be squared up against Ace Unlimited in our upper bracket semifinals.
Yeah, but look right there. Oran the Slayer did manage to take it out against Storm, the patient style, winning out against the crazy Ganryu. Really great stuff there. We'll have to see how far Oran gets because I believe the next one will be a possibility of a run back depending on how things go.
Yeah, we'll see how that all plays out, but we are going to be moving to our upper bracket semifinals now. So Dr. PG and GM going up against Zabby, Jay-Z, and Ace Unlimited versus Divine Exorcist are the matches that we are going to be seeing next. Dr. PG and GM, we saw had that close match with Storms, Crazy Ganry earlier. And Zabby, I'm trying to remember.
Leo Kunimitsu. Yeah,
the Leo Kuni.
Yeah, and I think the Kunimitsu did really, really well, but breaking down Oran's patience and really taking the pace of the matches from there. But I wonder if they will start Leo again and see how it goes, because they did start Leo the first time. We'll have to see if that's a constant choice throughout this tournament, or if that was character specific for the initial match there.
Yeah, that's a great question, right? Because the Kunimitsu just seems so much more dominant. The Leo was obviously having some issues, and Kunimitsu as a character, I feel like there's no real solid answers against. If you're using the most annoying strings that she has. So yeah, honestly, the more I keep talking about it, the more it makes me want to play her. I'm like, this seems like what I should be using. So
I feel you. She's really, really strong, has a lot of really great options. But Julia, no slouch either. Plenty of really great tools on her kit as well. These two characters are both quite strong, so I'm excited to see who manages to win out between the two of them. One thing I'm just slightly concerned on was Dr. P's lack of matchup knowledge, I think, at certain points in the Ganryu matchup, getting hit by both unblockables, especially against a character like Kunimitsu. I can't help but be a little scared. Maybe Kunimitsu, because she's more popular, you're going to have more matchup knowledge against her, but that is definitely something to sort of point out here right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, matchup knowledge is always going to be something that works against all players regardless. And honestly, if you don't have matchup knowledge against Ganryu, it seems unlikely that you can have matchup knowledge versus Leo or Kunimitsu. I feel like, Ganryu is an underused character, but he's been in the game for so much longer than these other characters that you should have more experience against him than a Leo or a Kunimitsu. But it is going to be starting off with the Leo here for Zabby. And man, I was just looking at the win counts here. That's wild. Dr. PG and GM, 3,000 plus wins with the Julia here going to the arena stage. Yeah, that's a lot.
And a nice amount of wins for Zabby, though, instead. But we'll have to see between the two of them and who manages to take this out. I have to imagine has maybe Leo on another console or PC, because they were doing quite well already. Here we go.
Let's get it. Game 1. Upper bracket semifinals here. Okay, immediate pressure here from Zabby. Oh boy. Zabby wants to hit some buttons, and man, Dr. PG has just been dropping these combos.
Yeah, I have to wonder if it's maybe nerves, maybe just a little unaware at certain moments. But doing some solid damage here, though, that's all you need.
Julia chain damage.
Yeah, absolutely breaking up some really great stuff. I wonder if the command grab will come into play as well. You're already doing so solid here in the neutral.
And yeah, definitely the command grabs was something we saw a lot of in that first set today. And honestly, you should test every one of your opponents with command grabs, especially if you have a character that does have good command grabs, like Julia does.
Absolutely. We'll see if one comes out here in just a moment. I realized that Dr. P brought them out when they were starting to feel their back to the wall, so let's see what happens here. Good blocks. Oh, catch caught by the low. Pick up. Here we go. Right to the wall. Clean here. Nice.
All right, good round for Zabby there.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more from Leo this time around, so that's really good. I'm really excited to see if they manage to pull some more stops here. Nice. They're not taking that stance at all.
Wow, great forward one there. The party crash is something we did not see in that first set.
Nice, great
There
shot.
it is all day, yeah.
Wow. Really
Party
solid
crasher
work. Yeah.
is just such a core Julia tool forever. And everything's starting to come together right now. And maybe we did have some nerves there earlier.
Yeah, that's solid. There you go. Look at that damage. Look at that damage on the screen right now. Here we go. Down the body. Ooh, big hit though. Taps him with the low again. Big punch. Zabby's gonna push right to the wall. Nice bounce. Here we go.
With Rage 2, now we have Rage Drive pressure with the wall. There's the Rage Drive.
It was coming. 2 games apiece. Here we go. Who's going to take the lead?
Yeah, final round here.
There it
Grab
is.
time.
We said this earlier. Dr. P brings them out when the feeling is when the pressure's on. Could be another one coming up soon, though. That was no answer from the first one. Ooh, big upper.
Oh my gosh. And that was a mix with the grab. Like, I don't want to deal with the grab. I'm going to duck. And there's a mid for you.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Right to the wall. Oh,
Not
no.
the right range.
Pixel. Rage on deck 2. Oh, thank goodness.
Dr. PG and GM closing it out with the low there.
Spirits.
A little scary. You know, we've seen Dr. PG and GM misspace the War Drum with Julia. For that one, basically, you have to be, it's a high and a low attack at the same time, right? So you have to be at range where just the low hits and the high whiffs so that it's actually guaranteed for the second hit of the string. So a couple times we've seen him a little bit too close where both hits are hit at the same time, and that means the second hit is not guaranteed. So if Dr. PG and GM can work on that just a little bit, he'll be able to close out a lot more rounds, which will lead to a lot more games. So definitely something to work on. But getting that first game there, I really liked the use of the Party Crasher, Julia's forward one elbow. That move by itself is just so frustrating to deal with. And Zabby's Leo really got shut down by it. And in this situation, you think we get the Kunimitsu?
Yeah, I think this is absolutely the same sort of stipulations that we saw in the first game when the first swap happened. The Kunimitsu, I feel, just inherently a bit stronger. I think it's pretty clear at this point that Zabby has, at least in my opinion, from what we've seen so far, the Kuni is really strong. So maybe it's time to swap it in just to keep yourself alive in the upper bracket, and then keep swapping to give your Leo some tournament experience for the first games of each of these.
I like that idea. I think Kunimitsu would be a great choice. I think that probably should have started with Kunimitsu. But it is going to be Kunimitsu.
Yeah.
And look at that. They ran him right back to the arena again. Both these characters going to have incredible wall carry for their combos. But yeah, I'm real curious to see how this matchup goes, because I think that the more I thought about it, Julia seemed like a good counter pick for Kunimitsu. But I want to see that in practice, right? I want to see how it does in actual tournaments. So we'll see. I think that Party Crasher elbow could be really annoying even for Kunimitsu to deal with.
Here goes.
Yeah, I think the really crucial here will be to making sure you see the momentum from her, making sure she doesn't get her chance to do her really strong strings. Nice. Great challenge right off the bat. Oh,
Wow.
Wow. Just goes for it.
That was a really good whip punch with Zabby right there.
Big damage, too.
Doesn't duck the high, gets countered by it instead.
Doesn't take all to the wall.
No, honestly, the Kunimitsu seems like the main. And again, that's exactly it. The War Drum there, misspaced. And because of that, gets launched in the punch and lose the round because of it. Dr. P really got to work on that.
Yeah, it seemed to be the main sort of stipulation breaking point here. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, let's call it one more time. Here it is.
Oh my goodness, the combos.
Unfortunately, a little bit of drops here. Maybe the swap of characters phasing him a bit. Oh, there's the throw. We've seen that a lot from Zabby, the command throw into these sliding low. So keep note of the future sets as well. Nice. Answers it
Yeah,
immediately.
great interrupt. Lunge punch is good. And Dr. P on the board here.
Yeah, that really sort of fighting back from the back foot there, but really, really well from Dr. P. There's the elbows.
Exactly.
There you called out perfectly. Here we go, right to the wall. Clean confirm there this time.
Man, look at this pressure right now. Zabby trying to find out of there.
And managing to just create some space, but again, right to the wall again. There we go, nice low. I love this. Look at this patience, baiting it out.
Yeah, knowing that there's really not a lot that Zabby can even go for here. And there's the grabs. Ooh, just finishing the string. They both are.
Oh no.
The pixel. No, it does hit the wall. I thought that she was going to survive, but not touch the wall. But, you know, I talk about how you don't take chip damage in Tekken. When you block a rage dive that pushes you into a wall, it does take off a little bit of damage. And that was perfectly done there by Zabby.
Yeah, great heads-up awareness there. Nice breaks this time. Face plants, here we go. Yeah, chasing down the body each time. Elbow just narrowly whiffs. Perhaps missed space there. Throw again.
grabs too.
Here comes the low again. No, it goes for daggers.
Good, solid. 2-2 punch there. Zabby ties it up. And as I was saying, this Kunimitsu looking like the real main, man. This is the true main character.
Yeah, I think this is very much a situation where Zabby wants to give the Leo a bit more tournament experience, a bit more stakes on the line, sort of see how it's feeling, and then has the old reliable Kunimitsu in the back pocket to pull out whenever they go down a game.
Yeah, it's so scary, though. I mean, like, in this situation, you're upper bracket semifinals, right? So you're basically one match away. You win this one, you're in the money. So, like, why even gamble one game in a first of two? After this, you're in a first of three situation, right? So then you can get the layer more experience there. I don't know. Interesting strategy. Paying off so far, though. That Kunimitsu looking good.
Yeah, I think the Kunimitsu is definitely, maybe perhaps especially when you get further in the bracket, maybe you start with it at that point, especially when you're facing like such strong players later, like Divine Exo and Tondo and so on. Like, if any of them show up against you, you're definitely going to want to be starting from the onset. You don't want to be a game down against those types of guys. So we'll have to see how this goes here from the onset here, from game 3 here, see who advances.
Yeah, I'm real curious to see what Dr. P does to change things up here. The party crash are working, the grabs are working. Honestly, just the drop combos and the misspaced war drums are what have been costing him a lot. Other than that, I'm trying to think of like what Kunimitsu thinks he's been getting caught by, and there's a couple of sequences where he'll go for the low at the wrong time and it's misspaced. Zabby's always ducking in that instance and out of range and gets the full crowd sweep back at him. That interaction's happened twice in a row already.
Absolutely.
So that's something to look out for. But I don't think there's much else.
Yeah, I mean, debatably the throw mix-up, like that's one thing. Broke it once, got hit by it twice, but that's far from like game losing at that point. So we'll have to see here as the game 3 gets underway just shortly. We're getting both players into their lobby in just a moment here. Get the connection all stable. Just give us one moment as we get into this match here. But I'm really excited to see how this sort of goes because these two players have already been doing really solid. Dr. P has shown a lot of great sort of adaptations throughout his matches so far, so it could happen. G-Corp Helipad for the set. Here we go.
Alrighty. 2 breakable walls in this stage. It's a very interesting stage. I don't know if I like it or not.
This is like the trapezoid shaped stage. Yeah, it's like a sort of thing. Yeah.
Trapezoid kind. It's like a weird pentagon maybe.
Yeah. We'll have
I think
to see.
it's a pentagon. Yeah. Weird pentagon with 2 breakable walls in the middle.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a septagon. I'm not sure.
Okay, here goes.
All right. Kunimitsu Gaming. Here we go.
It's hella not a pentagon.
No, it's not that. I didn't realize those walls were angled.
Hey, same thing. I thought they went like straight to.
Another straight to the wall. It's all good. Here we go. Right to the first wall though. Nice. Ooh, right to the second wall. Here we go. Right to the wall again here. Big damage. Keep him pinned. Goes for the throw. We love to see it.
It's working. Keep going for it.
And Dr. P's been landing those pretty consistently across the matches so far. Has been being pretty rewarded for it.
Oh my god, just do it.
Into the wall one more time. Let's see what you got this time. Go for the same mix-up? No, this time. Straight mid. Oh no, the whiff! How did that miss?
That was a rip-off, but it doesn't matter. Pixel and
goodness.
PG running away with it. Here we go. Set point for the Doc.
Yeah, Doc suddenly coming out of this with all the information in the world, doing incredibly well already. You see Zabby's respecting a lot more here, playing a bit more defensively, walking back, crouches in perfectly. Keeps snagging his heels. Yeah. Oh, the throw was just an inch too short.
Wow, so trying to set up for the grabs again. Doesn't find it this time. And wow, you saw that Zabby was ready for the low, but look at this. Kunimitsu's in trouble. Set point for PG and GM.
Oh, he tried to close out with a throw again. Maybe get too ridiculous at this point.
Doesn't know the strings. And character inexperience. Are we going to see that down 4-3 come out more from Zabby right now? I would totally run it again.
Absolutely. If you notice your opponent can't deal with it, you absolutely go for it. Jabs out, but no confirm.
Same exact sequence on that one. 3 times this one set.
Oh no. Rage on deck
my
though?
goodness.
No, there's a throw.
I got grabs too. Final round. Dr. PG and GM versus Zabby.
Yeah, Dr. P was seemingly going really strong initially, but it's looking a little risky now. Nice break throw.
break. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Block the back turn mix up there. Smart stuff from Dr. PG and GM.
Cool
set dash. Yeah, set dash, full crouch, mix. Mad Axe is broken. Yo, this is close. Down to the wire.
Yeah,
Rage mode for Zabby. Uh-oh. 50-50 for the win right here. Rage dive block.
Damage with the wall.
There it
no.
is. down back threes.
Oh my goodness, no way!
The forward arrow, Dr. PG and GM gets it done. 2-1 over Zabby.
Wow, that was down to the absolute wire. I thought Dr. P was taking that from the onset. The first two rounds of that were absolutely solid by Dr. P, but Zabby brought it right back, and it came right down to the last hit. Incredible work by both players.
Yeah, and man, Zabby, that down forward three string worked out twice in a row. Tried to bring it in at the very end, but it was too late. Nice attempt, but man, congrats to Dr. PG and GM. Moving into our upper bracket final with that win. Gotta feel good with that one. That was hard fought. Very.
Yeah, that was an absolutely crazy match. The sheer amount of adaptations between the two players was really, really incredible to watch. We saw a lot of great chances across both sort of sets there. Immediately, Dr. P sort of tried to go for more of those throws after the first like 3 or so worked, but then you saw Zabby answer back and started breaking them consistently as well. Really, really great stuff by both players. I can only imagine that Zabby will continue to do well throughout the lower bracket as well.
And, at this point, if you're Zabby, you're probably thinking, like, should have started with Kunimitsu.
Yeah.
Should have started with Kunimitsu. Might have been a different outcome, but the outcome is what it is. Zabby going to be sent on down to that lower bracket, and we will see Dr. PG and GM in our upper bracket final later.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. But next up, though, we have another really storied matchup we've seen plenty, but still an exciting one all the same. Ace Unlimited versus Divine Exorcist. These two are absolutely crazy. I'm excited to see this match.
Yeah, this is a matchup that could have easily been like a grand final situation.
Absolutely.
And you never know in this kind of a bracket, it still could be. But let's take a look down at the lower bracket. You can see some updates down there. Tondo 2-0 over Art the Clown. So it will be Tondo who gets Zabby. And Zabby, of course, that Leo Kunimitsu we just saw. Tondo the Kazuya we saw from earlier. Oron the Slayer getting the loser of this one. Ooh, and that's going to be a rough one. Oron the Slayer going to have to take on either Ace Unlimited or Divine Exorcist down there.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild experience to face that so early in the lower bracket because both of those players are absolutely incredibly high level. But you gotta adapt, and Oron is already looking pretty solid, already winning against Storm earlier today, so we'll have to see how that match goes in the future.
Exactly, and those matches down in that lower bracket are going to be qualify into that top 4. So important matches all around. But coming up next, as we talked about, Ace Unlimited versus Divine Exorcist. And this one should be fun, right? Ace Unlimited, we saw with the Oscar earlier. We know that Jin Kazama is going to be there as well. Divine's been so good at that Claudio. Even when he loses the first game, like 3-0 rounds like we saw, still able to turn things around and get a 3-0 himself in the final game, right? So you can never count this kid out. Youngest player in the bracket that we have here today as well, by far. So very impressive stuff. It's nice to have your reflexes still. I think that's it's got to play a part somewhere in that.
Yeah, the fast thinking, fast reflexes, the adaptations, they all sort of coalesce there for Divine Exorcist, and he's doing incredibly well already. But Ace Unlimited is no slouch, and I feel like Ace's style is a really interesting one to fight into Divine's. In particular, Divine has a really strong pressure style against the wall, but Ace Unlimited feels really resolute in a lot of his defenses. So we'll have to see how the two clash here.
Yeah, this should be a fun one. Can't wait to see it go down. I think Ace Unlimited will probably start with the Asuka Kazama here. I think the Asuka's got to get beat pretty convincingly for him to go to Jin, unless he has a lot of matchup experience with the Claudio where he just feels more comfortable using Jin. Because I'm thinking about situations like back 3-3 from Claudio where if you have a character like Jin, you can easily just parry the second hit and get a punish on it. If you wanted, right? Like a parry into a hop kick even. So we'll see if that's the play or if he's got some answers with Asuka.
Yeah, I'm curious about it as well, but I think Asuka has been his usual starter, so I'm betting we'll stay with that, but we'll see how it goes here as we get started into this next match. Both players are just getting ready here, getting in the same lobby, getting them all set up, and we'll be into the match in just a moment here. Now, I believe these two have traded games on each other quite a few times up to this point, but we'll have to see who manages to come out on top this time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. These guys have made multiple top 8s at the PlayStation Tournament Fight Nights. If you guys want to come on through, you can see at the top of the screen, compete.playstation.com. That's where you guys can sign up for free to play in these tournaments where you can win real money at the same time, which is pretty wild these days. Huge shout out to PlayStation Tournaments, of course, for making that all possible for all of us gamers out here. Gaming on this PlayStation network. And, of course, this one is going to be fun because although these guys are both tournament veterans and they played online a bunch, they don't really meet a lot, right? They're not high-level players that you find matching up in tournaments offline a bunch either. So it's almost like a training ground for the both of them where they can train against each other to get better, which is always fun to see because eventually, they're going to both travel out to other tournaments we talked about earlier where they're headed We know Evo's coming up. Hopefully these guys will make it out there as well. But it's always cool to train with people online in these sorts of tournaments that meet up offline and be like, yo, how you doing? You know,
Yeah, of course,
and just kind of keep up with one another.
Yeah, the Evo catch-ups, the Evo meetups, the classics, of course. But we're going to be getting into our first match here in just a moment, and one of the small stages in the game, actually. So I'm really excited for this one. Could be a brawl, for sure.
Oh, yeah, Souk stage. And it is going to be the Jin Kazama here. Interesting.
Did decide to start with it. And I think it's really important here to note is that like Divine actually just has a really strong pressure game at the wall with such a small stage. You're going to be at the wall pretty quickly. Let's see how it goes here.
And Divine immediately going for the ankles here. And, you know, some of the older school players like Ace Unlimited, they might be... oh, my goodness. That could have been punched way harder. You can launch that.
Absolutely.
But... I was going to say, sometimes, you know, they don't defend their legs as well, but you saw Ace immediately start blocking for lows afterwards. LLRK, speaking about blocking your legs.
Big punch right to the side of the stage. Oh, big punch right back while running too. Here we go.
Superman punch. Divine X this first round. Nice try. Man, that jump back from Ace Unlimited, that's one of his patented specials.
Absolutely. Right to the wall this time, though. Solid damage. Ooh, keep him floored. Oh, but takes the wall back. Here we go. Ooh, I love that.
Wow! That
Incredible.
parry was crazy. Maybe he was trying to parry the Superman punch. He just got the forward parry there. I don't know, but that was still really sick looking.
Yeah, no, I'll give him the credit for it at the very least. Incredible perfect by Ace Unlimited. Tying the games up rounds up one apiece here.
Damn it. Divine caught ducking that time. Walls right here.
Pressure's really solid here. Ooh, calls him out again. Here we go.
Yeah, Divine has been ducking a lot right now. All these mids are hitting after he wakes up from Oki, and nice ducks the high there. All he needs is a low kick, and Ace up 2-1.
Yeah, and these rounds are starting to look more and more dominant by Ace too. Dominant by answering back really quickly. Here we go, right to the wall. Right where you want to be is Divine. Nice, there's another low parry. I feel like he's on fire with these.
He's doing really well right now.
Just the pin. Full damage almost.
Punish that. And a 2-4 there. Would have gotten a wall splat, but oh my goodness. Divine looks a little shook against Jin Kazama right now.
Yeah, it's hard to pin down exactly what it is, but these mids are finding their homes constantly. Oh, here we go. Big spenders.
The wall pressure. Claudio wall pressure.
Yeah, he just homes in on you constantly, no matter where you're going. Here we go. Next round takes it. Who will take the lead in this first set? Here we go. Oh, nice conversion.
That was one of those weird instances where it looked like because of the trade, he might have actually gotten this combo still. Like,
yeah, I almost believed it, yeah.
I'm curious if back to one would have picked up there.
Ooh, catches him. You see, he's been conditioning constantly off the mid block, up the low block, and now it's really great stuff. Good trade, and that's it. Ace takes it, taking the first game here in this set.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I mean, Divine got hit by a lot of mids there, especially when he's getting up off the ground. So if you get up off the ground, Ace Unlimited would do a mid and Divine would get hit by it. Like, that sequence happened probably 4 or 5 times there. So that's definitely something that Divine's got to be wary of, because Ace is going to make him pay for that, especially now that it's hit so many times. It's a pure mind game where if Ace wants to go for that hell sweep for the full launch, it's going to be more open for him.
Exactly. We noticed it earlier, too, that initial sweep found its mark and got a full combo, and I wonder if Divine was still scared from that to keep trying to block low, but it's hard to say for sure. We'll have to see if we get into the next game.
We will see. Divine, we know he has that Lars as well, I believe. So he has another character if he wants to really mix things up here.
It's definitely a possibility. We are seeing that, like, clearly Jin is Ace's preferred pick against Claudio, so maybe it's worth the swap. Let's throw him off the game, but we'll have to see. I think the issue is less the character and more so just the getting hit by the mids consistently. I'm not sure if Lars would help with that specifically.
Yeah, we'd have to see how he plays, but I always believe in Claudio. I think his character is very good. I think he did very good once the walls came into play, too.
Yes,
so
exactly.
if he can just get Ace Unlimited backed up against the wall and just run his Claudio wall game pressure with the back one, the side step fours, I think he'll find some success there. So, I mean, I really don't know how most people work their way out of that situation. It's a rough one. But lastly on Earth, similar stage to Souk, actually. Just rotated a little bit, similar to Hammerhead.
Yeah, another really solid stage for us to go for here, and these two will be playing on the same characters as always. Claudio's sticking it out this time. I think it's the right choice, personally. I think the misplay here, it wasn't the character choice. Just a couple of things need to be tuned up. Get that wall pressure more consistently, and I think you've got it for sure. Because once you got Jin to the wall, it was easy. But from there, getting there was the struggle.
Exactly, but here we go. Power is everything. Game 2. Ace Unlimited trying to get his upper bracket final. And I haven't seen him in that position at these PlayStation Tournament Fight Nights in the past either, so that'd be a big W for him.
Trading back and forth here a couple times. Now, see, those blows are finding the mark now. Great blocks.
Wow.
Ooh, duck, but no punish. Fine has the lead here. Oh,
wow,
gets
got
caught slightly. Wow.
Yeah, that wall carry is going to work out. Jin's got crazy wall carry. And the 1+2 throw, no break. Ace Unlimited 2 rounds away.
Yeah, Dudley wasn't way ready for it in that situation. The camera's a little awkward as well to see the exact hands. Great low parry. Here we go.
Yeah, and this might actually be why Divine is actually getting hit by so many mids. I think he's just fishing for low parry way too hard.
That's very, very possible. Love his movement.
Wow, that was a nice animation with the whip punish there, but Magic 4 doesn't get the combo, but a big lead for Divine regardless.
Ooh,
the hop kick?
Wow, just calls him out.
How did that miss? And he's ducking again!
Oh no. Still alive though, still alive. Rage drive on deck. Oh my goodness, just calls him out entirely. 2 hop
Set
kicks.
point.
Wow. Ace definitely has this matchup on lock with Jin for sure. You can feel it in almost everything he does.
Yeah, all the
Another
strings
low.
are working.
Yeah.
Divine actually looks inexperienced against Jin the way this is playing out. And look at him getting caught by all the mids right now.
Oh no, that's gonna be it.
That
Ace
was
Unlimited
unexpected.
looking crazy. That Divine is an incredible player, but Ace just seemed everything came up for him, and that was absolutely incredible. Really, really solid play across the board there. All the conditioning on the lows in the first game really just transferred into all these mids. I have to imagine you're right. He must have been going for those low parries because I have no other explanation as to how these mids keep finding their mark.
I mean, even if you are going for the low parries, though, you have to recognize when it's not working. And in Game 2, we saw him not getting caught by as many of the lows, or the mids, I should say, or not fishing for the low parries as much, but still ate a lot of mids that were slower, right? It's almost like if you do a slower mid on him, he's going to duck and try to low parry it, right? And we saw the same thing, actually, if you think back to his match with Tondo earlier. There was that one round that was down the wire. Tondo did that, I think it was Size of 3.
Yeah.
I think that's, and yeah, he ducked for it at the end of the round, right? So he definitely seems to have a habit, or at least today a bad habit, of looking too hard for low parries, or low blocks even. But regardless, you know, with that one, Ace Unlimited, congratulations. You're going to be in the upper bracket finals.
Yeah, and this match, the matches today have been already really, really incredible. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket to see how it's shaped up so far, see if there's any updates on the lower bracket. Of course, we already saw Storm versus Dr. P, 1-2. Oron the Slayer versus Zabby, 1-2. Ace Unlimited would just beat Art the Clown, 2-0. Divine X just got there by beating Tondo 2-1 in a really close set. And then Dr. P managed to win against Zabby, going up to our winners final. And then Ace Unlimited just took it, which you just saw, to go up to the winners final as well, sending Divine X just to the lower bracket. And in the lower bracket, we have the following matches coming back after the break. It's going to be Divine Exorcist versus Oron the Slayer, and Zabby versus Tondo.
We'll see if we get those ones. I think we actually get the winners of those
Winners
ones.
of those ones, yes, apologies. Yeah, they're going to be playing off stream, and then we'll get the winners of that, yeah.
We definitely get Dr. PG and GM versus Ace Unlimited on the stream later, though. That is our upper bracket final for today. Dr. PG and GM playing very well to Julia today. Ace Unlimited playing very well both the Asuka and the Jin, right? Used different characters through each of his matches so far. But they're both going to be in that best of 5 situation later on in the upper bracket finals.
Yeah, it's a really great tournament so far. And if you want your chance to sort of join these amazing tournaments, go ahead and check out compete.playstation.com for your chance to join these PlayStation Fight Nights. It's an incredible experience. You have your chance to be commentated by us, which would be really, really fun. But yeah, please go ahead and check that out, compete.playstation.com.
Exactly, guys. But we're squaring up to get down to our top 4. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. PlayStation Tournaments Fight Nights for Tekken 7 North American Top 8 will continue after this.
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the MCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but you can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Back, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio!
let's create moments from the games you love.
Come Tekken!
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Welcome back, guys, to PlayStation Tournaments Fight Nights for Tekken 7 North America Top 8. We are almost down to our top 4 on Rip here with the Skilled Roy. How you feeling?
Not too bad. We've had some incredible matches so far. I've been really, really excited. But just as you guys saw in that ad, one other great place to check out some of this amazing Tekken action is actually on the PlayStation Esports YouTube channel. It's an incredible resource for all sorts of great PlayStation events. Not even just fighting games, even including things like Apex, as well as various NFL and so on titles. It's a really great time. And you can see the other previous Tekken matches there too. But for this one, though, I am already incredibly excited. There's a lot of great matches going forward here in the bracket.
Exactly. Let's take a look at that bracket, actually, because, as I mentioned, we are almost squared up for our top 4 right now. We have our upper bracket final incoming with Dr. PG and GM going up against Ace Unlimited. Dr. PG and GM been rocking that Julia throughout the bracket today. It's a very, very close set with Zabby Jay-Z to qualify for this one. Down the wire, literal last-hit situation. Ace Unlimited, on the other hand, been looking good with both his Asuka Kazama and his Jin Kazama. Took out Art the Clown earlier with the Asuka, and then Divine Excess with the Jin Kazama. So now undefeated 2-0 and 2-0 in both of his sets so far. Looking very sharp out here. And you see down below, Tondo qualifying 2-0 over Zabby. Zabby, congrats on the 5th place finish. But Tondo into the top 4 here, waiting for either Oron the Slayer or Divine Exorcist 4.
Yeah, and these matches are going to be pretty crazy now that we get into the ending of the tournaments. Dr. P in particular had some really close matches, even against Storm. Even each match has felt like a constant adaptation, as it felt like Dr. P takes an initial hit in the lead and has to bring it back and make these really great changes. So against a character as solid as Ace Unlimited, oh, it looks like we actually just got a live update right now. Divine Exorcist taking it 2-0 over Oron the Slayer. Oron the Slayer did some really solid work in the other matches already, but Divine Exorcist, such a strong player on the Claudio. And we'll be getting the run back, actually, of Divine Exorcist versus Tondo. That's going to be a really fantastic match to see later today.
Yeah, so back and forth between those two. You know, they met early on, and unfortunately, they're meeting again. You know, this is how it goes when you both lose at different parts of the bracket. So, unfortunate circumstance for them, but this is our top 4. Dr. PG and GM, Ace Unlimited, Divine Exorcist, and Tondo. That is our top 4. All getting paid out today here at PlayStation Tournament Fight Nights. But our upper bracket final going to be coming up first. Dr. PG and GM versus Ace Unlimited. Probably Julia versus Oscar or Julia versus Jin.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one, too. Dr. P, of course, is the relatively newcomer here comparatively to the other 3 incredible players you've already seen at this point. We'll have to see how they manage to handle such a high-caliber player like Ace Unlimited is. So I'm kind of curious how this will run down.
Yeah, as we saw with Ace Unlimited, you know, defensively is a very strong player, recognizes the highs and strings of when to duck them, adapts to the patterns you're throwing at him as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he does against Dr. PG and GM here. Obviously, Julia Chang, an older character, there's not a lot of tricks you can bring out with her that are new, you know, like brand new Tekken 7 sort of tricks. I am very curious to see how the throw breaks go, though, right? Because we saw that Dr. PG and GM does like to go for the throw game when Dr. PG and GM feels kind of backed up against the wall, essentially, or things aren't going their way. But it's going to be the Asuka Kazama first for Ace Unlimited, and we go into G-Corp Helipad.
Yeah, our favorite octagonal stage here. We'll have to see how the walls break out here between the two of them. Honestly, we had some pretty solid combos by Dr. P in the walls, so maybe it comes out in this one as well, but Ace Unlimited is just such a strong fundamental player. I can't help but feel a little scared for him.
Dr. P in the chat says, "I'm curious how I'll handle him too. I'm a new player. Tell him to go easy on me."
Hey, you know, I respect
go
that.
easy on him, will ya?
Yeah. I respect that a lot. And honestly, if a new player doing this well already, we're seeing some really solid adaptations and fundamentals across the board. I'm actually pretty impressed as a new player.
I don't believe that. 33-year-old new player? Come on, man. Running tournaments for 34 weeks? Casual Tekken player. Let's see how it works out, though.
See Ace playing already a really solid defensive style. Letting him come to him. Has the life lead. That's exactly where I want to be as Asuka. Chase him down. That's what you want to see.
Uh-oh, that's trouble. That's what I'm talking about, man. If you do anything that's punishable or strings that have highs in them, Ace is going to make you pay.
Yeah, that weird camera angle almost messed up the combo there as it bounced like slightly into the wall. But really great stuff there by Ace, taking the first round.
Some up forward threes right now. And, you know, finding those counts with Asuka is so cheap. That move is safe on block, but man, here we go. Party crash with the high extension, getting it countered. Dr. PG and GM has had a lot of success with that today.
Yeah, really solid combo there too. Not dropping it this time, doing really solid work across the board. Bow and arrow. Wow, just taking pressure to the wall. Fantastic new player, sure, my friend. Really great stuff. Taking a round back from Ace.
Yeah, that was a solid full crouch mix up at the end there. Ace still casting with the down forward 2 incoming this time.
Come on, time for the break. No break. Unfortunate.
Uh-huh.
Right into the wall. Perfect. Nice. Feeling each other out here. Still has a huge life lead to surmount here. But Rage on deck this time. Oh no. Yeah.
Same way that Ace closed out the first round there. That up forward 3 from Asuka. So annoying. That move is very good.
Indeed, indeed. Playing really solid defensively here.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes on both sides right now.
Down jab. Down one more time. There we go. Oh no! Went for the string. Huge.
Wow. Yeah, that was really lucky for Ace. They didn't actually hit the breaking wall, but again, the high extension on that party crasher is finding its mark.
Oh, bow and arrow sweeps underneath it. Double low. Wasn't expecting it.
Dr. B's gone for the double low multiple times today, and it's always worked out.
Yeah, and you know what? I respect it at this point. If no one's going to stop you, keep going for it. Dr. B's tying it up, though. Game point here.
Elbows from Julia is so annoying for Asuka to deal with. Might be a good strategy. Cannot counter these, cannot parry them.
Oh, 2 back-to-back. Great sidestep. Fantastic work here.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dr. P looking sharp. Throw breaks good from Ace. He's got rage. Forward arrow for the win.
Wow.
Dr. P, G, and GM getting game 1 against Ace Unlimited. This is the best of 5 series, though. It's a long one, but still starting off with a win in your column. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought this would go a different way on the initial round start, but that was really fantastic. Feels like Dr. P is only solidified as the matches have gone on now. No more drops, doing consistently solid mix-ups, generally solid defensive play, and really punishing that Asuka backflip as well, which is really good.
Yeah, I really, really like the party crasher elbows there because the elbows by themselves, obviously stuffing Asuka. She cannot counter them. She cannot parry them. But then also the high extension with that forward 1-4, that high extension was counter hitting, more than once. I really thought that after Ace Unlimited got hit by the first one counter hit, that he was going to be more cautious and duck and launch the second one, but instead got counter hit again. So for whatever reason, it's working out. If you're Dr. PG and GM, you got to keep doing what works until the opponent proves otherwise. And it's a long set, so Ace is going to have some time to adapt here. But the question is whether he's going to try to adapt along with the Asuka or switch immediately to Jin.
Yeah, I could definitely see the swap to the Jin perhaps, but especially with the elbows being unparryable, it's definitely kind of annoying at some moments. I do want to also point out as well, Ace immediately broke that throw when Dr. P went for it. Could be another possible thing here as well. Yep, there's the swap. We kind of expected it. Going to Violet Systems this time, however, and I think Jin might fare a little bit better.
We will find out. I mean, the nice thing about Jin and the way that Ace plays Jin is that he does like to kind of guess parry, and guess parrying with Jin's not the end of the world. It's still very hard to punish, but it's also very good against Julia's party crasher elbow. So it kind of turns a situation where you're kind of locked down to a situation where you might be able to stop her and get a little punish in if you're lucky too. So We'll see how this one plays out. Ace Unlimited swapping the Jin game 2.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Okay, interesting. Goes right for it. Should be a nice, easy carry right to the wall. First time trying it out, I think, all tournament, actually.
Yo, Dr. P right now is going in. This is the best he's looked all day.
Yeah, it is. Like, he's on fire. Wow.
Damn.
All right, just calls him out entirely. Fantastic perfect there by Dr. P.
Yeah, stuff the raise drive to get a perfect for the first round. Okay, Dr. P.
Yeah, this is looking pretty solid already. I'm really impressed. Big hits. Double low again. Bow and arrow.
Perfectly. And there's the wardrobe perfectly spaced as well.
Maybe he's been hearing us commentate. It's like, all right, I made all the notes. Now it's time to make the adaptations. Big throw. Here we go.
Yo, Dr. P right now.
Everything's coming up. Oh my goodness!
Bro,
what
in the world? What is happening? This is
Actual
not the
telephone.
same Dr. P.
That is crazy. The movement even is so much tighter too. You're seeing this.
Confidence, magic forward, combo is good. What is happening?
Playing like a man possessed right now. Huge throw. Ace is crumpling. You gotta be careful here.
Big time.
Oh no! Oh no! He's getting. You see the wavering block.
I got mixed. I got mixed.
That's so unfortunate. Incredible play by Dr. P, taking a dominant 2-0 lead here in the set. What on earth is happening? How's he getting better?
Confused. I'm confused. Dr. PG and GM 2-0 start here in the upper bracket winner final. Looking so sharp. You know, not dropping combos like we saw earlier. Perfectly spacing the war drums, which we did not see earlier. Everything is on point right now.
Yeah, the movement in particular as well. The constant reactions and punishes have been also fantastic. And the mix-ups are even leaving Ace, a really solid defensive player, guessing. You saw at the very end there, just constantly wavering between the blocks, did not know what to do, and Dr. P closed out really cleanly. If I'm Ace, I gotta look for what went wrong in that set. That's hard.
Everything?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you... I really thought the Jin was going to be a better pick for him there.
Me too.
That's I'm a little stumped after that one.
Yeah, that one's that's a course correct for sure. Dr. P seemingly channeling a next level entirely between the two characters. Even felt like we'll have to see here as we get into our game 3 in just a moment. I couldn't believe a 3-0 walking into this, but it might actually happen.
Honestly, if he just keeps doing what he's doing, it seems like it's going to work here.
Yeah.
I don't really know that there are answers at the moment, but Ace Unlimited so lost switches back to the Asuka Kazama. And Arctic Snowfall is where we're headed. Infinite stage here for game 3. Not over till it's over, though, which is what I love about Tekken, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It always goes down to the final round somehow.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of crazy comebacks, even today, even. So I'm excited to see how this will sort of shape up here. All right, Dr. P, what you got?
Stream is live. You ready?
Yeah, let's see if Dr. P can keep the momentum rolling. Ace Unlimited been looking sharp until this moment. Like we said, he was undefeated in the top 8 until he came to Dr. P. Finds the 1+2 to start this round off.
We saw it slides in. Great stuff.
No duck again.
Wow.
Party Crasher, high extension. 3 for 3 right now on Ace Unlimited.
Oh, double low. Gets caught it this time. There we go.
That was good. Beautiful Tooth Fairy there as a whiff punish.
Crouch underneath it. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Unlimited making some solid adaptations there.
Yeah, up forward 3 has worked out for Ace from the first game that they played here, right? Like, he closed out 2 rounds at up forward 3. So it's definitely a solid round ender for him. And tries to dot some of it exactly. Party Crasher elbow, gonna be able to float her out of it.
Big throw. Here we go. I'm loving the movement too here from Dr. P. Goes flying in. Here we go.
Yeah, still unoffended. How did he get that
goodness.
low parry?
I don't know what he scouted there. That's unreal. Insane perfect. Taking the next round. Catches the back roll. Here we go.
When down jab that time underneath it. That's the first time he didn't get hit by the high extension. Finishing strings. But Ace finds the back three. Here comes the combo.
Tackle this time. Tap the low.
Up, forward,
There
three.
it is again.
Time and time again. Weird combo. Ace could have did better than that. Chance here for Dr. P.
Oh my goodness, no way!
Uh-oh, 50-50 time.
Oh
The
my
raise
goodness!
drive. Set point for Dr. P.
Incredible throw they're setting up the Oki here too.
Got a low parry that second hit.
Grab it this time. Ooh, big punch. Here we go.
Ace still not ducking. At least he's not getting hit by it, but still, it's a problem.
This movement is crazy from Dr. P as well.
Half-life bar lead. Ace Unlimited trying to stay up on the upper bracket.
Takes more space, but still down on health. Not where you want to be. Oh,
Throw broken.
Perfect.
Give me another one. 50-50 for the win here. Ace with the side rolls. Looks for back three. Doesn't get it. Low parry's good. Raise drive? Yes. Not going to be enough, though. 50-50 again. Dr. P can still close out here.
Woo!
Not going to do it. Ace stays alive.
Don't
it's still
count him
set
out.
point.
Do not count him out. Here we go. For upper bracket life. Oh my goodness. Calls him out. Let's go. One plus two just barely missed, but no punish.
Yo, Ace Unlimited.
Stalwart wall here. Another one plus two. Oh, catches it this time.
Party Crasher.
Here we go. Oh my god,
Again?
not again!
All day with the Party Crashers. Big lead. Dr. P drops the end of the combo, though, but it leaves Ace out of rage.
Oh,
Party
no.
Crasher again. 3 floats, 1 round. Can we close out here? Not enough, but 50-50 time. Not the
Oh,
right spacing.
no.
10 seconds. Ace with the tiny pixel.
Oh.
Stops the rage drive. Dr. PG and GM stays in the upper bracket, and he's going to grand finals.
With a 3-0. That is unreal.
Oh my gosh, dude. 3 Party Crasher float conversions in 1 round there for Dr. P.
I'm positive I watched him drop these earlier, and now he's nailing them like crazy. Incredible work by Dr. P.
Just forward 1, man. That's the Julia special. Back when she was Michelle, you know.
Yeah.
Same move. She got it from her mama. Ace Unlimited, though, losing 3-0. They're very surprising results considering Ace has been 4-0 leading into there, right? So, congratulations for Dr. P. Looking very, very good there, and Ace Unlimited could be moving down to that lower bracket.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what was happening there, especially because Dr. P had dropped games to players who I felt would be a little bit lower on that level, but I feel like he just brought it together and tightened things up and really went 3-0. I don't have other words to describe it. It was crazy to watch.
That was really impressive. I'm very, very impressed, and well played there, Dr. P. And, you look back at those first 2 games, that was the cleanest we've seen Dr. P play.
Easily.
Throughout this top 8 so far, right? Because we saw a lot of drop combos earlier. We saw some other mistakes, but really pulled it all together and just looked so confident.
Yeah, the movement in particular I really wanted to point out too, because earlier on, a little stiff, not moving around too much, but you saw those the block pressure there, constantly sidestepping back and forth. But let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket now and see who they're going to be facing up against in just shortly. All right, so Divine Extra is going to be facing Tondo, and the winner of that's going to get the rematch against Ace Unlimited. And then finally, the Dr. P in the grand finals waiting.
Exactly. Dr. P chilling up there. Will need to be defeated twice to lose this tournament. Ace Unlimited, though, still not out of here, but waiting for the winner between Divine Exodus and Tondo, which is going to be a run back from earlier today, which was down to the wire. If you guys missed it the first time these two played, Tondo won the first game 3 rounds straight. Then we had a very close second game, and then Divine Exodus won the last game 3 rounds straight. So very evenly matched opponents. They played each other tons in these tournaments. This just continues the saga, essentially. Let's see who stays in and makes it into the top 3, though. This is the characters they ran before. I expect to see the same this time around.
Yeah, exactly. And it also meant to mention as well, if Divine manages to win this, that's another run back right after this as well against Ace. So this could be a series of run backs in particular, which would be really interesting to see the adaptations. Because remember, this one right now is going to be a best of 3, but after that, it's going to be best of 5.
It's a great point. Yeah, and I think I'm thinking about Divine against Ace Unlimited. I forgot that was going to be a run back potentially as well. And if you're Divine, you cannot be thinking about that because, like right there, me, the commentator, I just got distracted by the thought of it, right? So hopefully Divine, the player, is not thinking about that. You got to focus on the task in front of you and not look past Tondo here because Tondo always has close sets with them, right?
Yeah.
And in this situation, we're still in a best of 3 situation, right? So still only first to 2. Things can get a little dicey. Let's see what happens here.
The Eddie Gordo!
Wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? If you want to throw a wrench into the plans, and a wrench into the hypothetical research that Tondo had been doing waiting for this match, it is probably bringing out the Eddie Gordo. Divine Exorcist with the Eddie. I am incredibly excited to see this. I don't think I've even seen them do this in any of the PlayStation tournaments up to this point.
I don't think I've ever seen his Eddie. So I'm curious, I don't know the character select screen well enough to know if this was a mispick. But, did he just not pick the right character or what? I don't even know. But we're gonna find out. Game 1 incoming here. Divine Exorcist with the Eddie Gordo, perhaps.
Yeah, hang on. Not me looking at a Tekken character select right now. Is Eddie next to Claudio? Was it a misclick? Oh man, we'll have to see right here. But Twilight Conflict 2, really cool stage. We'll have to see how this comes in here.
Yeah, apparently he has used Eddie before, so this looks like it's legit. Let's go. Divine bringing out the Eddie.
Oh man, you talk about characters who have knowledge checks. This is your boy for that movement. He's got the combos. He's definitely played them. Here we go.
Yeah, super rare pocket pick out of here from Divine Exorcist, but again, Tondo, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, are you betting that much on Tondo doing prep for Claudio? It's very possible, but he does have the lead, though. Oh, no, not for long. Goodbye, my friend.
He had a good start, but once your opponent has rage, they have the lead.
Yeah.
We used to say that about Paul Phoenix, that when he gets rage, he has the lead. I feel like that applies to 90% of the cast now.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, nice patience there for a second.
Yeah, and Tondo's done a really good job of dealing with Eddie's relaxed stance, too. He's got a little delayed down for one input.
Great blocks, too.
Ooh, the back two to pick up. Launch it, yeah.
Calls him out, but nothing out of it. Still rage on deck, though. Gotta be careful. Electric's have your name on it. Hell sweep.
Tondo with rage again. Rage drive coming. Yeah, look at the rage. He always faces that perfectly. He went for the forward 3. It's something we talked about after the first that we watched with them. And there was no whiff that time. He just went for the whiff.
Nice. Chases it with the hell sweep. Black stance still getting clipped. Nice, yeah, good choices there. Ooh, I love that movement there. Great stuff. Here we go.
Don't step.
What is this damage? Oh my goodness. Here we go.
50-50 here. Okay, ducking that situation, and look at that solid wrap for Tondo.
Yeah, Divine seems to be able to get some shenanigans on him occasionally, but Tondo seems more stable in this match overall.
Oh yeah, he's a tournament veteran. Oh, pick it up. Beautiful. Yeah, wall a little too far for that conversion. I cannot believe he tried to electric while Eddie was in relaxed. Sidewalk's good. And Divine's Eddie's in trouble here. What? First and missed? Divine, rage mode, pixel, rage drive spend.
Tondo playing nice and safe here. Just outside the range.
Spring kick. Tondo goes up 1-0. And just in from our admins, apparently the last time we saw Divine Exorcist Eddie Gordo out here was in September 2021. September 2021 PlayStation Tekken 7 monthly finals. So it's been almost 2 years, 22 months ago. And Eddie Gordo with the loss on the board 22 months later. It's one of those kind of picks.
Yeah, you know what? I respect it. I respect it for the lower bracket, but this is still best of 3. Being down a game against one of your rivals is a risky bet, to say the least. I can't imagine it stays on the Eddie.
I mean, it's really interesting because he beat Tondo with Claudio, right? Mm-hmm. So it was still close and back and forth and everything, but he won with that character, and he's like, all right, I'm not going to pick the character I won with in the short set. It's a really risky choice.
Yeah, I can understand the logic of like wanting to throw off your opponent and like maybe cheese out a game for someone who's not prepared for your pocket pick of 2 years ago. But it's definitely against a tournament like veteran like Tondo. It's not going to have that much of an effect, I don't think.
Seems to be the case. Let's see if he goes back now. And here's the thing: we already know he's got a Lars and a Claudio too, right? So
that's what I'm saying. At this point, might as well bring out the Lars, right? Like,
but you can't. It's only first to two.
I know,
right? Because then you're never going to bring the character out that you won with earlier. That seems kind of risky.
All right, let's see it. Yeah, of course, it's the Claudio, and on the random to the home stage too.
Wow,
it's fate. Here we go. Going for
random
a game
fate.
2. Yeah. I wish I could ask him. Just be like, so what was the thought process? I wanted to hear him out.
I mean, it almost worked, except
Yeah.
that, Tondo was extremely prepared for Eddie. The relaxed pickup with the back two was a big tell, like, oh no, he knows this matchup.
Yeah, I have to get off this matchup as soon as possible.
Don't
Oh,
let
there
hop
it is.
kick.
He still has them. He still has them, even from the first set
I'm
they
in
played.
your head.
Oh my god, look at that damage from that punish too. Unreal.
Divine blocked his way back in. Divine, going for these punches. Let hop kick, as I talked about earlier, not too much damage, so it's fine.
Yeah, there was like a 1-2 string there. That was nothing. Absolutely fine for Tondo. He unfortunately loses the round, but that was still an incredible choice by him. If he lands more than 2 of those, he gets himself so far ahead. He's focused on defense first here, taking a lot of straight hits. Oh, not punish the wall. Perfect. Ooh, big.
Oh no, yeah, he went for the actual counter down for 2 electric combo, which is crazy. And oh my goodness, eat this hop kick.
And the classic hop kick right to the wall. Wow, just enough damage.
Is he that confident against Tondo that he
No
can use
way,
random
right?
characters for the first game, in the first of 2? Oh, and he doesn't
Surely
punish
not.
the hell sweep.
There it is.
Got the electric, put a weird combo here. A couple of jabs. Do we get a wall because of it though? We do a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the optimization there. Huge damage. Unreal. Great work by Tondo.
If you're Tondo, you got to think back to that Ace Unlimited set and think about all those mids that hit.
Right to the wall. Here you go. Really optimized damage by Tondo. Great stuff.
Ooh, good 4-4-4.
Oh, tries to
Wow.
go for it again, but they both whip.
Power crush is good. Double rage. Down forward 1-4. Just like that, it is set point for Tondo.
Wow, bringing it back. Absolutely incredible already. Oh, no.
Surprise. Damn, his health sweeps have been so good. Ooh.
Oh, no. Right to the wall.
Good defense here. And he's ducking. The mids are hitting.
Oh, we saw the health come out there for just a second. Ooh, I love that patience. Tondo, you have the lead. You have the lead. Let him come to you. Get ready for that wall running.
It's
4-4-4-2.
risky either way.
Yeah.
Counter it. That could be it. Tondo takes it over Divine X's 2-0.
I love how the win pose was his final hit, too. Absolutely incredible work by Tondo. I'm not sure, still, we'll have to find out one day what the plan was for the initial Eddie pick, but Tondo really bringing it back from that first initial start there. Really great work.
Yeah, that was really clean there. And, Divine, I don't know what happened today, but we saw him get hit by tons of mids. Tons and tons of mids. Very, very costly there. Of course, it was the counter low that ended things there. But, there was a lot of hell sweeps. Just really good timing on the electrics that brought Tondo back in there in round 3 and round 4. I think without those electrics, I don't think he wins those rounds. So, well played to Tondo. Perfect timing. And obviously has a really good read on the timing of Divine, right? He's got the time for the delayed hop kicks. He's got the reads for those. The timing of when he's going to attack coming with the electrics has been on point. So, shout out to Tondo. Moving on to our top 3 here.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like especially the delay hop kicks, how important they were across both sets, I absolutely believe that was absolutely researched plan specifically for this matchup because these two have played a lot, and that seemed to be coming in clutch. What I really respected especially was throwing it out immediately when the Claudio swap came in, and knowing, not even missing a beat, even on a new character swap, ready for it initially. Really, really great stuff. But yeah, let's go take a look at the bracket now and see where we're going to be heading up now for our next match. I'm really, really excited for this. It's going to be Ace Unlimited versus Tondo. Now, previously, Ace did face Divine Exorcist and did beat him 2-0, so now we'll have the two opponents who managed to beat Divine before they go up to fight Dr. P in the grand finals.
Yeah, this is a wild one, right? Ace Unlimited was looking so good earlier, but then loses 3-0 to Dr. P to put him down here in this lower bracket final against Tondo. And Ace Unlimited, he's a Mishima player, but he doesn't really use Jin Kazama like a Mishima, right? He doesn't really use the wave dash pressure. He doesn't force the electrics. He doesn't even really use many electrics with Jin Kazama. That's actually kind of the opposite of his Jin Kazama playstyle. So this will be a very interesting one to watch. We talked earlier about Ace Unlimited's defense, especially against classic characters, but we saw that against Julia even. He had some trouble, right? So this is kind of a wait and see for me to see how he does against Tondo's Kazuya.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one for sure, especially when it comes down to the knowledge between these two characters. These are obviously very storied characters. Both of them have a lot of experience, both seeing each other around in tournaments, as well as these types of characters are also extremely popular. There's a lot of possible options here. I'm wondering if he'll start with the Asuka or the Jin, but we'll have to see.
I gotta believe it's gonna be the Asuka, but I'm
for
wrong. It's gonna be Jin Kazama. Okay, Mishima building, everything's coming together.
Yeah, the lore fight, the preview for Tekken 8. Here we go. Let's see how this goes between these two players. Both of them are doing fantastic today. I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
I mean, it's Mishima building, dude. It's got to be Kazuya favor here, right?
Hell yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one to say the least. But Tondo's coming off hot from that last match. Momentum's all in his court right here. Let's see how it goes.
Exactly. Game on. Here we go. First to 3 games. LLRK. The hop kicks. Oh my goodness, get him kick. Wow, that's a combo. Holy
That
moly.
does so much damage. Tondo blowing him up here for like a small mistake. Here we go.
Yeah, get him kick wall splat for Thunder Godfist into wall combo. That was crazy. Raise drive, perfectly executed. And the axe, he's going to hit grounded in that situation. Tondo didn't even try to side roll.
That was, I think it seemed almost over. Ooh, nice.
Oh boy, that's bad news for Jin Kazama.
Right to the wall you go. Don't want to be eating Tondo's pressure here. Great rollout, doesn't take too many hits, but goes for a get-up kick, but that's not going to be enough.
That was such a risky get-up kick to even try to attempt against a Mishima player like Tondo.
Yeah, that's borderline greedy.
Got him. Oh, this is going to be back and forth. This could be good. All right. I like seeing Ace Unlimited kind of forced to play more of a mission play style with this. I like this.
Yeah, it's kind of you're seeing him do the waves too. Here we go.
Man, Tondo wants to hit the big boy combos too.
Face each other out here. Here's a life lead for Tondo. But Tondo always goes in here. Big low. Snipes him out of the wave. Here we go.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ace Unlimited's been doing, right? He's been looking for the wave dash and trying to punish it. So we saw the hop kick earlier, this time the wild standing too. You got to challenge with something, and he's been good on it.
Man, Tondo's conversions are out of this world. Straight hits
so good.
Lead into like 30% minimum. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's playing sharp today for sure.
Love the movement. Oh, just calls him out.
Too. I mean, his health sweep does a lot more damage than Kazuya's does. And he can block it back.
Here we go. Chance answers.
Let me show you again.
Goodness.
We played only hell sweeps round, only hell sweeps this round. That's where all the damage came from.
And a perfect on top of that. Here, who's going to take the lead here? This is going to be an absolute slugfest. Best of 5. You're only seeing the beginning of this, I'm sure. Oh my goodness, the pace. Here we go.
Yeah, Ace has good positioning right now. Caught out of the air that time. Yeah, Ace real cautious. He doesn't want to get caught by a spray electric. Load conversion. No!
Oh no, uncharacteristic drop.
Yeah, float conversion. a little harder to place. But big lead right now for Tondo to get game 1. Ace has rage. Will we see LLRK? He went for the no! No punish from Ace! Out of range for the launcher, but it doesn't matter. Tondo closes out anyway.
That was so unfortunate. I felt like that was definitely the momentum shift right there. On that block, it could have been over. And it was so risky to throw that out, but he went for it. And no punish, you hate to see it. Tondo takes the 1-0 lead. And considering how close these matches have been and how crazy and back and forth they've been, this is going to be a hell of a best of 5. I already can tell.
I mean, it's pretty wild there, right? Because Ace had, like, momentum to try to get the comeback.
Yeah.
And while Ace was moving forward, Tondo actually hell sweeped at him. And Ace blocked it. And I don't think he meant to block it because he didn't even try to hit a button. He was like, oh, what the hell? Like, I blocked something. So it was just a weird situation for him because he had nothing there, and it would have been a good comeback for him. It wouldn't have been enough to win the round or at all, but it would have obviously turned the tide of the round around. And then at the end, we saw a really interesting interaction, too, because Jin's down back 4, we saw launch by Kazuya while standing 1-2. But it's only when it's in range, right? Like, Kazuya's while standing 1-2 launcher very fast, but at the same time, it doesn't have the best of ranges. So the range that he blocked at the end was far enough away that it wasn't going to reach for a launcher. And Tondo actually recognized and didn't commit to the full string. He just did the first part. Like, this might be too far. Let me just see. And it missed. So that was really good awareness to see from Tondo already that he knows sometimes this is not going to work.
Yeah, honestly, between these two players, there's a lot of great choices between them already. Even from like the small interactions in the neutral, I'm loving the spacing and loving the movement already. Like, I think this next match is going to be really huge. This will really dictate the next phase, I think. Seeing if Ace can manage to come back from this. Because that was already close. I need to make sure that Tondo doesn't keep running away with momentum. Because remember, Tondo's coming in for this already off a hot win already against the Divine. So we'll have to see if Ace can answer back and take some momentum away.
I think Ace's best round was when he just went for all the hell sweeps. You know, and,
yeah, that was crazy.
Hell sweeps are good, man, especially when you get a full launcher off of it, right? And that's the difference between Jin's hell sweep versus Kazuya's. Kazuya only gets like the one hit unless he can find a wall. Because meanwhile, Jin's is a full launcher, so it's a very good combo for him.
Yeah, and also one thing to note as well, Tondo's single hits have been converting into massive damage off of stray hits into like pickups or into the wall into maximize damage. So we'll have to see what this ends up equating to because Tondo's been doing really great. I think the next stage might actually play a pretty big part in this as well.
Yeah, Ace got, unfortunately, caught out at these moves that are airborne, but they're not even moves where he's trying to necessarily jump over, so he's just putting himself in an airborne state, trying to land these moves, and Tondo had some great conversions off of it.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens in just a moment here, guys. We're just waiting for the two players to get into the lobby and get all set up. But the rest of the best of 5 will be underway just shortly. It's been a fantastic best of 5 already. Tondo taking the lead initially, but it was a very, very, very close game.
Yeah, and I'm curious if Ace switched his characters again, too.
It's possible. We did see him playing a little bit out of character, so to speak. Playing it more like a Mishima in the first place. Is that maybe the ideal? Maybe is that representative of what he feels like he should be doing as Jin in this matchup? He did initially choose it, and he knows Tondo does play Kazuya. That's the only character really we see Tondo on. So we'll have to see.
I mean, I think that Ace played well with the Jin.
Me too.
He just was outplayed a little bit, so it's up to him if he wants to decide to swap characters or not. I feel like he's kind of going back and forth a little bit right now, right? We just saw in the upper bracket final that he swapped back and forth nonstop. It was Asuka lost, Jin lost, Asuka lost, now Jin lost. So is it back to the Asuka again for Game 5, essentially? He's sticking with the Jin this time. Jungle Outpost 2 is where we're headed. Small stage upstairs.
Yeah, we'll have to see where this one ends up taking us. I'm kind of curious where this goes. Tondo has some really solid combos. I definitely expect him to have a really strong balcony combo if it comes into play. But otherwise, we're getting to the next match in just a moment here.
I like that Ace is sticking out with Jin too, because I think bouncing back and forth between characters nonstop is never really good for a player. And obviously now on a 4-game losing streak since arriving at the upper bracket finals, can't be good for you either, but nice Duck Electric, got the Wild Stand 2 for the launch. And here's the combo carry. Beautiful Jin Kazama. Privileged character, man. That's crazy. Like, why did he get that? Jumping 3? Okay, Ace Unlimited. Doing Ace Unlimited things.
Back to the wall here.
Good block on the power crush too.
Great patience here. Oh no, the electric comes in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's getting blended. Oh no.
And that's the power of Kazuya's hell sweep. You know, he doesn't get the full combo after it, but he does leave in a position where you do have to make a guess.
I love that low he's working in as well, constantly trying to counter poke with it. Maybe get a counter hit for a full combo, but getting good damage all the same.
And no punish for the down for 2 from Ace there. Almost. If Tondo had the electric there, I think he gets the punish. That might be a wall. He could have like a forward 3 maybe. That's gonna take him. Oh wow, it hit the wall and still got the combo for the balcony break.
Right to the back wall. You can pin with the movement. There we go. You love to see it.
Oh my gosh. He's just taking him with the hell sweeps.
Yeah, Ace, you gotta look for those lows. Here we go.
Good luck.
Yeah, the mix-up's have been crazy for Tondo. He's playing on fire right now. He really wants to make that run back out of the lower bracket. But has a lead here, Ace. Good patience on the electric there. Here we go.
Ready to look at ground for Ace right now. Good jab intro from Tondo.
Oh no! Tail pixel.
Oh boy, not another one. Yo, the hop kick, I love it.
That's an answer. That's an answer. We take those. Great stuff by Ace. Taking a round off. Here we go.
LLRK again from Ace.
Oh, great
Sidewalk.
sidewalk. What on earth?
What in the heck is happening right now? Ace's pokes are so unconventional. Right now they are working out.
Oh no, ran right into it. Here we go.
Wall carry here, easy for Jin.
Easy. Wow, ties it up. We're going to a final round again.
Yeah, Ace did a great job of bringing this one back. He was running away from him early. Tondo, though, he's pulls back together. The Hell Sweeps is what got him here.
Gotta be careful.
And we
Hell
got
Sweep back too. Here we go. Amazing got out of that. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, this is Hell Sweep City.
Oh my goodness, get the sidestep punch. Here we go.
Tondo, big opening. The big hop kick whip, and he drops the combo. Same way we saw him drop it before. And there's the block of the Hell Sweep when he needed it. Ace ties it up one apiece.
And you know what I saw here specifically? Ace started stopped playing exactly like the Mishimas were and started playing a bit more back more reserve style again and getting those really, really solid punishes, playing extremely confidently in that last round particularly.
Yeah, the problem is you can't really just sit back and try to defend against a Mishima player who's going to try to Hell Sweep you, and obviously Tondo got a little desperate and predictable with that last Hell Sweep there. So that was more of a read, right? It's not like Ace was able to see and react to it and block it in time. Although he may have, you never know. But pretty unlikely in that situation. I think that Tondo just recognized he needed more Hell Sweeps and needed more damage. If he had done an axe kick there, like a 4-4-3, that would have been disastrous for Ace, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you never really know. And what you can do to counter that is you can try to sidewalk left, and it will beat the Hell Sweep. It will also beat the electric. But beating the electric is a lot harder to do. So, you can sidewalk the Hell Sweep for sure, right? But if he does do an electric or a dash electric, you might get launched for that. So it's a risky bet.
Yeah, and it's always favored in Kazuya's favor for that especially too. But we'll have to see as the match keeps going on here. One a game apiece. We knew from the first one that this was going to be close because these two players are playing back-to-back. We went to final round twice in a row now. We'll have to see if Game 3 promises the same level of competition here. Waiting for both players to get into lobby right now and get all started. But here we go. Abandoned Temple.
Ooh, I like the stage.
Me too. It's a solid.
Should be a good one. Let's see what happens. Ace Unlimited. Jin Kazama pick paying off.
Yeah, I really appreciate him staying on it. I think it's the right call. We'll have to see if it continues to pay off for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was close, but he had a nice comeback there.
Yeah, especially with the momentum in the first couple rounds. I thought this would be a 2-0, but here we go.
Damn,
sweeps. Never give up.
That's the thing about Tondo's playstyle, too. especially as a Kazuya main, right? Like your hell sweeps are going to get blocked, but you have to know when to give up on them and when to start mixing things up and when to just keep going with them. And he's unafraid to keep going for them.
Yeah, you start facing someone who's always doing it, and you start working on other things instead. Hop kick, here we go.
I'm wondering what his combo drop is because he keeps dropping with down back two. He may be doing back two and just getting a down back.
That seems likely. Ooh, a spring kick again, buying Ace another life.
Wow, and he misses up the punish. Oh my gosh. Punish, yes.
There we go.
Kondo almost threw that one away, but hangs on.
Still incredibly close to each of these matches. Pick up, here we go.
Ooh, I like the Oki attempt too.
Yeah, try to chase it down too. Good movement. Tano has life lead. Start getting each other out here. There it is. It's looming.
He's gonna mix it up eventually too. He's really good at conditioning opponents. And there's the
There
mix.
it is, yeah. Huge damage here. Right into the wall you go. But Ace has something here.
Oh, we got one too. Damn, like father, like son.
Rage on deck for both players. Next touch kills here.
The jump back from Ace. 50-50. Goes for the full rage dive. Take a wall chip. 7 seconds. Low break. Ace.
no way!
Pixel to pixel. 4 seconds. He stayed ducking. He didn't know the string. Oh my goodness. Ace Unlimited. Miraculous comeback.
And you see, that's what could have happened that other round when he did block the hell sweep. That's exactly what we're looking for. Here we go. Tackle. Lots of damage. Oh, he's chasing him down.
There's a launch. Terrible combo. He thought the wall was there, I think.
Yeah, it seemed that way for sure. Bit of a clash. Kano low on health, but does have rage.
Electric,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, perfect punish here. Hold all of this.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna get to spend the rage, but the hell sweep's enough damage. He is unafraid to go back to the hell sweep. Terrifying.
Even with that low health, that takes incredible steal. Really great stuff. Great knock.
Oh my goodness. Back dashes out. That was so beautiful.
Micro spacing even. That was crazy close.
Good sidewalk, can.
Oh, unfortunately, it's controlled by the wall bit there. Oh no, caught the back up there, I think.
Nah, that was the mix. He was thinking it was hell sweep again. Axe kicks all day. And now Ace needs another comeback. He's got hell sweep. Oh my goodness. Straight to rage art though. I don't think I like that one bit. He could have did a full combo because he was in the middle of the stage there and still would have done the same amount of damage and he would have had rage after. But now no rage, Tondo with rage. Rage drive, block mix. Hop kick from Ace Unlimited. It was the right call when you look back at it. Final round to take the lead in the set.
And again, we're going to the final round. These two players are so back and forth. This is going to be the third game in a row where these two get this close.
Axe kicks and hell sweeps all day from both of them. They're both mixing each other with the same thing. Hey, damn, Ace tried to electric?
Yeah, I was like, damn, all right. There's the hell sweep again. Another one. Do it
He's
again.
gonna do it again. Ace is gonna do it back to you know it. He thought the same thing. Uh-oh, 50-50 now. Who takes the round? Who takes the game? Who takes the lead? They're both so nervous. Oh my goodness, what timing with the Wild Stand 2 Ace Unlimited.
No! He dropped it. He dropped it so close. 9 seconds. Play for the time. Make him come to you. You know it's going to come.
He didn't get the hell sweep execution.
No! And you saw it hit too. He wasn't blocking.
Ay, that was crazy. And Ace Unlimited takes the lead 2-1 there. Tondo, I'm pretty sure, went for a hell sweep at the end, but mis-executed. It would not have been enough damage anyway, so he wouldn't have won the round off it, but he would have had the knockdown at 50-50 to try to get the win.
Yeah, against the wall too. That was definitely in Tondo's favor there, I think, even. But damn, unfortunate. And Ace does take a lead now, 2-1. But these players are playing out of their minds right now. These, especially in those last rounds, it's getting crazy.
the crazy thing to me was, I think the last electric that Tondo went for, Ace ducked and did wild standing 2 before the electric whiffed. So he beat the electric on startup with his own wild standing 2 from Jin. Like, that's so crazy to try to beat a Mishima's wave dash mix with your wild standing launcher after they've hit a button, essentially, right? It's like,
that's unreal. Absolutely
you try
crazy.
to counter hit an electric from crouch? Like, what are you thinking? That's the wildest thought, and it worked. That's just crazy, man.
Nah, they're playing out of their mind right now. That was one of the hypest sets we've seen so far. Let's go ahead and hopefully get into the game 4 just shortly. It could go either way at this point, honestly. We were seeing it go down to final round each time. It could go either way.
Yeah, Ace is crazy. I see Z in the chat saying, how does Ace bait people like this? I mean, it's almost like he baits them into their own game plan, right? He's like, what are you trying to do to me? I'm going to do it back to you. And now that you know what I'm trying to do back to you, now you know you can't do that to me, you know, because I know what you're trying to do. And he just forces this, like, mirror match, in a sense, that's not even a real mirror match. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, the Hail Mary electric, too, attempt was also really funny. We'll see how it goes here, though. And ran to the same stage, too. Wow.
Yeah.
Even the game wanted to run back.
Kick. And, you know, that thing about Tondo, right? He'll hit you with so many electric that makes you want to duck. And here come the axe kicks and the mids. Oh, we can duck highs, too. Perfect.
Damn. Tondo's angry about that last one. That should have been a hell
yeah.
sleep, for sure.
It slipped away from him, for sure. Like, he had like an 80% lead that final round. Oh my gosh, and he messed up an electric and tried to press buttons anyway, and Ace Unlimited had the electric that time.
Great block. Oh my god, the wall.
The hop kick! He's so good.
Is he just betting? He must be betting on the hell sweep even. That's incredible.
It's actually just a really good option against players who like to wave dash a lot, because while you're wave dashing, you're constantly ducking, right? Like if you look at the wave dash motion, you're standing, ducking, standing, ducking, standing, ducking, right? And so people who are really good at the execution, they have a rhythm where you can see where they're ducking and you can call out the hop kicks against it. And the punish against the hop kick is not terrible, right? You get like, because you get like back 1-2, which is decent damage, but most players don't do like a 1-1-2 flash punch combo punish. But right now, Tondo getting carried to the wall.
And not dropping the combo this time. We're going to see it in full motion. Wow, huge damage. Ace trying to slip out from the wall. Rage on deck. Here we go.
Oh, sweep. Not going to find the wall this time. Tries to wave with pressure.
One touch. All you need.
Yeah, but
both players.
Risky. Forward 3, I like it. And that was the same kind of answer. You know, he started a wave, but as soon as he did one wave dash, he's like, all right, well, now you can't block mid.
Nice. Down punch. Managed to take it out.
Yeah, Tondo really mixing things up here. A lot more forward 3 usage this round. Or this game, even. Good punish. Axe kick is good. They're both so scared of each other's hell sweeps now, or they want to block the low folks and get their own launchers. Punished, yes.
Here we go. Right to the wall. Oh, just short.
Yeah, angle was off. LLRK, hell sweep right back at you. Final round, game 4.
4 games in a row. Final round. Here we go. At this point, I want Tondo to win just to see a 5th one in a row because this is getting absolutely crazy. Huge block.
That's huge. That is immense. Ace Unlimited not going to find the wall with this one, but he gets a tackle. And we get all the punches and the armbar. Okay, huge lead. Ace to close out here. Tondo's in big trouble.
He has him against the wall. Great blocks. Oh, the hop kick!
Ace Unlimited going to get the run back. And now he's headed to the upper bracket final. But nice showing from Tondo here out at 3rd place. Ace Unlimited moving on, though.
Wow. What a game. But even though it's 3-1, this is one of the closest sets we've seen here. It is absolutely crazy. Final round, every single game. Incredible match.
Yeah, Tondo in the chat says GG's. It was GG's indeed, sir. Jin Kazama versus Kazuya. Fun to watch. And Tondo had the first game, right? Really made Ace consider switching characters there. It felt like. but the Jin Kazama is what he stuck to the whole way. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, because of that, as I said, he's going to get the run back, right? So congratulations to Ace Unlimited. He's in the chat as well. Man, I like that all the players in these PlayStation Fight Night tournaments are always hanging out in the chat at the same time. It's a good time, man. But Ace Unlimited does get the run back. We can take a look at the bracket in a second. He's going to be going up against Dr. PG and GM. That's the run back I was referring to. And it's going to be interesting because Dr. PG and GM got the 3-0 on him with the Julia, right? But I got to believe that Ace is going to come in a little bit more prepared this time.
Yeah, also Ace is coming off a really, really tight win with a lot of momentum going in his favor out of this. I'm kind of curious how this will go because Dr. P in that game against Ace was playing out of his mind. I wonder if that's going to be coming up here again as well because he dropped games earlier to Stormin and Zabby, who were eliminated relatively early. So I'm curious as to what can Ace channel here that could maybe give him an edge against Dr. P.
Yeah, I'm thinking back about how that first one closed out, and I remember there were a lot of party crasher Julia's elbow, the forward one, and that elbow floated out a lot of Asuka's options. I remember Ace, it's kind of 50-50 because on one hand he was counter hitting with the up forward 3 to close out the rounds that got him a lot of the rounds that he did win. However, it also got floated out by the party crash, and that cost him a lot of rounds. So it was like the right call, but it didn't work out in the way it had worked out for him in the past. So we'll see what character even he decides to go with because the Jin right now is on fire, but he couldn't really find an answer, right, against Dr. P at least about which character he wanted to use.
Yes, that's a really interesting question. I think after such a hot set like that where you're like on fire playing at a really high peak, I think you stay on the Jin. You don't want to swap to a character who's demonstrably different game plan. But who knows? Maybe it's just better for you because you did win those rounds more on the Asuka, right? So it's hard to say.
The Jin did get beat up, but it might have been just one of those situations where you just didn't come in with the right game plan with that character.
It's very possible indeed. Getting into our grand final in just a moment here. Both players getting ready in the lobbies. Of course, remember, it is a double elimination, so Dr. P will have to lose twice. So Ace has a lot of Tekken to play if he wants to win this. But I'm excited to see it. Going to the arena on the Jin. Here we go.
Grand finals incoming. Dr. P going up against Ace Unlimited. Dr. P on the winner side of things. Ace Unlimited needs to win 2 sets of best of 5 to win this tournament and take it away from him. Let's see if he can do it. Game 1 incoming.
Stream is live. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
And Jin Kazama is what Ace is starting with this time. And I like the choice, honestly. Asuka got more tries last time. Hold this electric. Not the right wall carry, though. Oh, my gosh. If he did 2-4, he would have got a wall splat, too.
Call right back out, though. Dr. P.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and Dr. P immediately drops a combo.
Oh, no. He's to channel that energy he had earlier. Here we go.
Full crouch mix, though. Works out correctly.
To the wall. Keeps him pinned. But Rage on deck. Huge duck.
That's what he didn't duck at all in their first set. That's not going to work. Bow and arrow, he absorbs this one. Oh, it does work. Oh, my gosh. If he didn't finish the string, she wouldn't have got hit by it. But because he finished the bow and arrow, she actually jumped into the high rage art.
Unreal. Ace taking the lead with the rage art.
That was crazy. To do a high rage art against a full crouch low. Ace Unlimited things, you know?
Yeah, I had pure faith that he was going to follow through. Great blocks here. Great. This is the defensive play we were talking about earlier by Ace. Really solid block across the board. Boom! Huge counter edge. Let's go. Right to the wall.
Jin Kazama.
He's on fire.
Doesn't duck it. Man, that party crasher extension is cheap.
It's so good. Right to the wall you go. Huge damage. Chases him down. Right to the corner. Here we go. Try to go for a parry. Dabbed out of it. Here we go. Oh,
that was a beat down round.
Guessed wrong twice. Goodbye, my friend. Here we go.
Just a little forward 4 action. I wonder if you can get cash out there.
Feels like you might be able to. Huge counter again. Here we go.
There's the wall carry. All right. Ace doing the right combos this time.
One for the hop kick, we get sidestepped. I saw the grab there. Great break. Oh, fantastic block with just out of range. Oh, he's on fire with these breaks. Here we go. That was two different ones, too.
Holy moly, that's unfortunate. 50-50. Ace with the jump back strats and gets the first game. Just Ace Unlimited things, man. You just jump back.
Just jump back. It's how you beat grapplers in most fighting games, you know? Just jump the command throw. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic stuff by Ace, playing still with all the energy from the previous set, facing off against Dr. P here, taking the initial lead, but still has a lot of Tekken here. Got to win the 3 games total here, and then got to reset the bracket and do it again. But I don't know. Ace is playing pretty crazy right now. I could believe he could do it.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing, honestly, in tournaments is when you're on the winner side of the bracket, you get to the grand finals, and then you lose that first set, and you're like, oh no, now my lead is gone, and I'm losing. You know, you just lose. Like, the mentality it takes to bounce back from that is surprising. You feel like, I have more games to play, this will be fine, but at the same time, it's never like that.
No, never. You should always attempt to win on this first one here. Don't try to mess around. Don't try to experiment. Take the win. You can get it now. And that's the best advice we can really give you here. But Dr. P, you know, had some really, really insane rounds in that first set against Ace. We needed to see that channeled back in here. The crazy conversions, the constant movement. You saw the movement was really stifled there, too. Wasn't nearly as aggressive on top of Ace either. And Ace, to his credit, kept him out and kept these blocks really solid across the board. The big counter hits also paid dividends as well. We'll have to see what happens here.
Yeah, I think that Dr. P had his most success when he really got to pressure Ace against the wall. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I think Ace got desperate. He went for, like, maybe a parry and a hop kick. But overall, you know, just the pressure just smothered him, and he didn't really have good options. The forward 1-4 from Dr. P was also still working. Ace did get one duck and launch on it, though, so that makes it a little scary, but he immediately got the counter hit by the second one. So, still a really good choice that he needs to go to more. Yeah, overall, I think Dr. P just has to stick to his game plan. Everything's working. Just got to hit the combos and stay consistent.
Yep, Mishima building. Here we go. Game 2. Go either way here. I'm excited to see how this one boils down.
Yeah, usually I would say that this would be a good stage for Julia, but honestly, this kind of a round stage is always good for Jin. Mm-hmm. Although Ace doesn't really use the combos, but if Jin does the 1-2-4, he can kind of get repeat wall splats off of it. So we shall see.
There's the elbows. You'll love to see him.
The jump back from Ace Unlimited, bro. It's like, you know, you see that from most players, you think like, oh, that was a misinput. But with Ace, he actually is like, no, that's 100% what I try to do. Why? I don't know. There it is again, man. Party Crasher high extension. Dr. P getting so much mileage out of it. And here it is, the wall corner pressure right now. Ace ducking the grab.
Yeah, the low into bow and arrow has also been pretty successful for him, too. Oh my goodness, these hops. Big
lunge punch.
All right, Dr. P taking the lead.
Oh my gosh, even on whiff, still throwing out the high extension Julia things.
Just barely outside the range for the low.
Yeah, and Ace, you know, he's willing to just stand and trade, but oh my gosh, he's got clipped, but no combo conversion from Dr. P on that one.
Yeah, just felt like a little too late. He's getting chipped away at by these lows.
Good block. Yo, Dr. P, looking like a youngin' out here. Reflex and block those hell sweeps. Look at these first 2 rounds.
Looking solid already. Chasing him down right to the corner. Here you go.
Yeah, and I really think that this is the answer for Dr. P. I think you have to have non-stop aggression here.
Yeah, don't let
like,
Ace create neutral here.
You don't want to get electric, obviously, but I think the Party Crasher pressure has just been smothering him. I don't think Ace likes it.
Yeah, we saw him do really well against Asuka, too.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, to be fair, like, most people don't like dealing with constant Party Crasher pressure like this.
There, the duck actually came through that time, but only a down jab.
And this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, just elbow all day. You get the float conversions. It's not a ton of damage, but it's better than nothing. Look at this wall here. Now you're back in the corner. And look at the perfectly spaced war drum. Dr. P, 3 rounds straight, ties it up 1 apiece.
Really, really solid play there across the board. Wow. Dr. P definitely coming alive in that one as well. I think there's something to mention as well is, like, you know, you get to grand finals, you have to watch the loser go on a tear through loser's bracket typically, right? Tons of momentum, tons of warm. You're sitting there waiting, you know? First game takes you by storm. Second one, readjust, re-get your momentum back. Seems pretty solid right now.
Yeah, I think also, though, when you're watching that person loser bracket, you also got to remember, like, look at this guy. I sent him there. You know, like, whatever, man. Go beat those guys up and then come back to me. You have to have that kind of mentality when you're on the winner's side. And that was a very dominant game, too, here. And now it gets really interesting for Ace, right? Because obviously Jin Kazama can win games now, which is what he couldn't do in the first set. It's 1-1 at the Jin Kazama. Do you stick with it here, though? I feel like you have to. Right? I feel like you have to. And if Jin gets smoked, then you bring out the Asuka for the final game. But if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it.
Yeah, especially that one, that game in particular felt really strong for Dr. P, but I don't think that was Jin's fault. There was just a lot of pressure on top of you, and the alternative was that you're getting floated off the back 3-4 as well, right? So, I don't know. It's tough to say for sure, but I think I think Jin is definitely the right choice here.
Yeah, we'll see what Ace feels, though, in just a second when they load in here. Ace Unlimited versus Dr. P. And Dr. P's been having a crazy run. Obviously, Ace Unlimited enters a lot of these tournaments. We see him in top 8 a lot, but rarely do we get to see him in the grand finals, actually. Mm-hmm. So a top 2 finish for him here, guaranteed. But it's not over till it's over. He might get a top 1 finish once this is all said and done. Let's see if Dr. P can hang on to it, though, being on the upper bracket side of things with this Julia Chang. And Julia Chang, honestly, he's been looking good. I think that right now it doesn't look as good as he looked in the winter final earlier, but still looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, the winter final was a man possessed. That was next level. But we'll have to see how this one goes here in particular. Waiting for both players to get into lobby in just a moment here. It's going to be the grand finals, of course. Dr. P in winner's bracket versus Ace Unlimited in the lower brackets. Here we go. Game starting. Claudio stage.
Mm-hmm. Man, we get the stage a lot out here.
We do. I think there's one time we ran him to Edge of Fate like 4 times in a row. It was absolutely unreal.
Alrighty, let's get it. Game number 3 here, tied up 1 apiece. Dr. P dominant 3 rounds straight last game, but Ace sticking it out with the Jin Kazama.
Stream is live.
Game on.
You ready?
Here we go. More elbows. Just sort of feeling each other out right now. Lots of good spacing here. Fresh game, 1 game apiece.
Yeah, and if I'm Dr. P right here, I'm just doing elbows all day. If he wants to play, like, keep out with me, just party crasher. There's not much he can do about it. If he does that move right there, you'll be able to float it, which he has done multiple times. You got the extension right here, just like this, which countered him like numerous times throughout the sets. Ray drive airborne though, but still a ton of damage. Man, Jin is cheating.
That is crazy damage. Almost looks like a rage art. Here we go.
Look at this damage, dude. All I do is 1. Oh my god. 50-50. You knew he was going to do it. Hell sweep there from Ace Unlimited.
Fantastic for Ace taking the lead here. Oh,
yeah, I was just thinking back to the end of that round, though. He hit an airborne rage drive straight into Hell Sweep, and he basically almost killed him. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, we got the combos. We got the combos.
Julia got up like that like she was confused. She was like, which way am I facing right now?
Great. Blocks the lunge punch. Oh, the throw finds its home. Ace has been blocking this pretty well. Pretty well now. Another lunge punch. Rage though.
Mix time,
no!
the mix. Spends the rage drive to seal the deal, and Ace answering back strong here. Oh, just out of range.
More lows.
You know, Ace, it looks like he took a second and thought about it and seems to have found some answers right now. Look at the wild stand to interception again. That's exactly how you beat Tondo.
Right to the wall. Here we go. This is where I want to be. Rage on deck. Oh
No,
my
sir.
goodness. The great
But
bait.
that was not the combo to do. He could have done a rage drive, and there's the rage drive. It was a little risky there. Dr. P could have closed that out beforehand, but here we go. On the board. Not over.
Yeah, 2-1. Still has 2 rounds to win. He wants to take this back. Nice interrupt.
Oh my goodness. Good defense from both players.
Yeah, both are answer center really well. Perfect. Here we go. To the wall with you.
Damage.
Oh my god, that's unreal.
Ace Unlimited up 2-1 here now. Looking for reset next game.
Yeah, pumping
the slower
tons
pace.
of damage. Yeah.
Yeah, the slower pace really helped out Ace Unlimited that time, and really Dr. P just let him have it. Really backed off and gave him the space and gave him the time too. You know, when you look back at the other games, especially on the smaller stages, keeping the pressure on, a lot of party crashers, really kept the momentum going for him. But this time around, Ace had a lot more time to play with, a lot more space to work with on that stage as well.
Yeah, I feel like that was definitely a big part, especially when they moved down to the lower half. It definitely felt like that was coming into play more and more. Dr. P really needs to find a way to stick on top of him because that's when most of the success has been. Even in the first set, that was when we saw Dr. P really do well against Ace, was completely suffocating Ace out of a match. But we'll have to see what happens here in a game 4.
Yeah, I'm real curious what the answers are here for Dr. P. This looks like one of those sets that might go down all the way, and we get a reset, and it goes down all the way to the final round after that, too. I don't know that anyone's going to find a solid answer against the other. But Dr. P, you know, in this kind of situation, when you're on the winner side, you can't lose hope, you know, because once you do, it's like this downward spiral, and then you got like a whole other set where you just get beat down even worse. So you just got to stay focused and take it one game at a time.
Yeah, the amount of times I see someone like in winner's side and then they lose in grand finals and it's a 3-0 and the loss right after for the reset, I see that happen way too often. So there's definitely a question of mental there at a certain point, but hopefully it doesn't have to get there. You know, don't even think about that. Just focus on winning these games one at a time, and you'll get them for sure.
Exactly. Here we go, though. Loading in, guys, for game number 4 between these two. First set of our grand finals. Of course, you see there the W and the L there. Dr. P on the winner side. Ace Unlimited coming from the lower side. We'll see, though, if Ace can get the reset in this one. I feel like he's got the momentum right now, but if Dr. P can get a solid round started, especially with some wall pressure, I feel like he can steal it all back.
Yeah, it really depends. I think answering the next game is absolutely crucial for Dr. P and doing so dominantly so you can run to the last one with all the strength you have. If you lose this one, I can't help but feel there's a bit of a momentum break, and it just feels like you won't be able to take out the next set either. Well, here we go. Small stage. This is what you want. Just keep them pinned to the wall. This is exactly what you want.
All right. Let's see if Ace can get the reset here, or if Dr. P can send it even further.
Okay, here goes.
Round 1. Let's do it.
Party crasher all day.
Big lunges. Here we go. Oh, unfortunate drop.
Oh my goodness, just do it.
Bottom sleeve. Here we go.
Wall
the
carry
wall.
almost. Man, Julia is crazy.
Yeah, that was almost across the entire length of the stage. Here's the pressure. Good stuff. Life lead. Big.
Great spacing and timing right now. LLRK though with rage backwards. Spend the rage art. Smart. Yeah, backward situation is the best way to catch out some damage, but still not going to be enough damage to kill here.
Still 50-50, basically. Unlucky. Gets
First
caught.
round race there.
He's playing so well here. Has to go for it again, but Ace is waiting this time.
Launch him, Ace. There's the can. Yeah. And you know, Ace, he's got the defense, but right, he doesn't always have it locked and loaded. So when you give him back-to-back, he's going to punish you for it.
Yeah, you can't keep doing that. Oh, double low again.
Oh no, out of range there, Dr. P, and we're on reset point for Ace Unlimited, the War Drum. Not the correct spacing.
All right. Ace has all the momentum here. Take this, and you're running into reset point. Here we go.
Oh, parry's good. Ace Unlimited for the wall carry. This stage is good for Jin Kazama. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Counter.
no.
Oh boy, we're looking like we're getting a reset here. LLRK,
That is
we're for
it.
the reset.
All right, everyone. Ace Unlimited bringing it back after a 3-0 to send him to losers. He comes back 3-1, resets the brackets, and we are here finally. Grand Finals, Dr. P versus Ace Unlimited for all the marbles. Here we go. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, this one going to be very interesting here now with this big lead. If you're Ace Unlimited, this is what you wanted to happen, right? Because you're on the winter final. You got 3-0'd. You're like, oh, man, I need to find some answers. And then he immediately does, and he stuck it out with Jin Kazama the whole way through here. Asuka Kazama is what he used the majority of the time in that first set, right? It was back and forth, but he lost to Asuka, switched to Jin, lost, switched back to Asuka, lost again. This time just sticking with Jin the entire way through, even after going 1-1 early. And Jin Kazama only looked stronger as the set continued.
Yeah, and especially because Jin had plenty of warm-up against Tondo in the lower bracket as well. Like, feeling pretty on fire right now, so I definitely think that Dr. P's need to figure a way to ice him off, figure out a way to control the tempo. You just reset. It sucks, but you can take it.
Yeah, and you can't really be getting so loose with your offense, especially the way he tried to close out with that war drum at the wall. If it works, great, but you have to really make sure you get the right spacing for it, right? And a lot of times, like, you could play it a little bit slower with some safer options that are just as effective. Maybe even just go for, like, the full crouch mix with Julia for bow and arrow or the while standing 3. A lot of good options that you could have done that would have been relatively safer than, if you missed that war drum.
Yeah, I think the big thing, especially, too, if you look back to the initial 3-0 that he sent Ace down in the first place, was the confidence in movement, the confidence in pressure. It feels like at a lot of points, it's almost like a hesitation is almost there, almost too scared of the various options that Jin has. And because of that, it's not able to create as much pressure at the wall, and it's just not really capitalizing from there. It's really hard to say for sure, but that's what I'm kind of seeing here.
I definitely feel like the confidence is slipping, right? And in this sort of a situation, you have to maintain confidence, especially right now, right? Because this is where the reset has happened. It's the first game. If Ace wins this game, then you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm losing it. It's all going downhill, right? Like, that momentum's really hard to fight back against. But here we go. It's not over till it's over. Reset Grand Finals. Only one person can walk away with first place. Who's it going to be, Dr. P or Ace Unlimited?
He's still firing all cylinders, getting a lot of hits already.
And I feel like the Jin is only getting better as he continues here. I think that maybe Asuka is the main nowadays, and Jin has been, like, warming up throughout this top 8.
Absolutely. Not too much out of that, unfortunately.
Good parry.
Big hits. So close.
Man, I was going to say, like, his style of Jin, where he's jumping around a lot, using a lot of up back three, etc., like, he is getting floated all day against Julia specifically. Like, that wouldn't happen as much against other characters, so it's almost like a bad character matchup for Ace Unlimited specifically.
Yeah, we saw it especially with the Asuka, where it came in over and over again.
LLRK, yeah, no, he didn't launch it! Oh my gosh, he almost blew it, but Dr. P still has it.
It takes the first round. That's so important. Either maintain the momentum, take it back from him.
Yeah, Infinite Stays, in my opinion, not even the best choice here for Dr. P. Like, obviously it's random, but working at a disadvantage essentially.
I big agree here as well. Tackle. Nice, great break. Post for the second time.
And Ace's hopking just off axis, barely misses. Oh,
I
no.
love that patience.
Well, Ace should have done a can-can there. That's just Ace not playing well. Doesn't matter. Finds the counter, and here we go. Ties up the round count.
Yeah, we saw him answer it so cleanly before, too, so may have just slipped his mind, but wasn't ready for it. Was maybe already autopiloting another response. Hard to say. There we go. Perfect.
And that's exactly what I was saying earlier, too, right? If you're Dr. P and you're getting launched like this, you cannot be going back to that unless you're sure it's hitting, you know? He's risking. Look at his life he just lost off that, right? That's how much you're risking every time you go for that.
Yeah, that's basically one interaction right there alone. But still, rage on deck. Your chance. Uh-oh. Yep. Ace takes the lead back. 2 games up. So 2 rounds up.
Good punish. And there's the Hellsuit LLRK.
Oh, man, the power crush charge. Here we go. Oh, my goodness.
That was a counter at that time there. That's why he gets the
no.
combo. Okay, Dr. P still in it, but the back 2-1 and Ace Unlimited up 1-0 in the reset grand finals.
Damn. It just feels like Ace is going completely crazy here. There's constant confidence, constantly doing well. Unfortunately, some of those punishes aren't completely locked in yet, but it feels like everything else is right there and ready. Especially on an infinite stage like that, it felt like it was really on demonstration for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just thinking back to like my first times when I ever made a grand finals. Like I don't know Dr. P's complete tournament history here, so you know I don't know if he's had this experience before. But I've lost countless tournaments from being on the winner's side of grand finals, and it is the worst. It is the absolute worst, especially when this happens, right? When you lose this first game after you've been reset, you feel like you're defeated already, right? And it's so hard to fight back against that feeling. And it's you get to, like, at least I got to this point where I would start thinking, like, I would forget that it's just a game, you know, like, and what I mean by that is, like, you don't play the game anymore. You're just overthinking everything. You know, you're not even playing the same game anymore. So, you know, I don't know what's going through Dr. P's head at the moment, but the way he looks right now does not look like the same Dr. P we saw in the winter final, right?
Yeah,
like
not the
that
same one
Dr.
that
P,
3-0'd him. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, he was like, this is a video game. I'm just playing it, you know, and I'm just doing whatever I want to do, and he's got to deal with it. And we're not seeing that right now.
Yeah, I think especially you and I were absolutely shocked at the huge jump in confidence and quality in that match in particular. It felt like he was playing out of his mind. And right now, we need to see that Dr. P come back. Because that was the one that we think can definitely take this match against Ace. And until that happens, you got 2 more games to figure that out until Ace takes
Exactly.
this.
Like the down 4-2s he's thrown out here in the grand finals, he didn't throw out any of those, if I remember correctly. And if he did throw out any of them, it was just like once in the winter final, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
maybe
such
once,
a risky thing to throw out. And he's gone to it multiple times, and he's landed 0 of them, right?
Yeah.
Like he's landing 0 of them, and he's getting launched for it multiple times now with big damage launchers with these can kicks. So you really gotta like stop yourself. And I know like sometimes that's easier said than done. Like you know we look at it from our position, and it's very easy to say like, oh, why did you do that? Look how much damage you're losing off it. But sometimes when you're playing the game and you're in that position, your brain just does it. You're like, why am I doing that? And you can't even stop yourself, right? So. Hopefully he pulls it together here. It's not over just yet. Devil's Pit is the next stage for Game 2, though. Let's see what happens. Ace Unlimited looking good, though.
Yeah, at this point, if Ace takes this, this is going to be a huge mental guard break for Dr. P. Dr. P really needs to solidify here. Goes right to the wall.
Oh my goodness. That was so off.
Sidestep, yeah, but still managed to hit somehow. Oh, getting in trouble like constantly here. The jabs, but here we go. No!
Attempt, yeah. That wall access, you have to recognize that combo wasn't going to work out there. And Ace played it so safe just to make sure he got the right hits in. Woo, good electric from Ace Unlimited.
Yeah, Ace channeling Tondo for a moment there, getting a huge punish.
Look at the damage, yeah.
Yeah, ridiculous. Oh, no.
And everything working out for Ace Unlimited right now. Running away with this one. The down forward 1 checks are working, and Ace Unlimited with the perfect. Looking to go up 2-0.
Get the stage transition. Here we go. Oh, my
Another
goodness. He
electric.
gets the trade combo, too. He's still blocking them, but he's not getting countered anymore. That's huge. Oh, almost went for the float. Just barely missed it.
Yeah, Ace is getting crazy though. He's goofing off a little bit. He's had such a big lead in this round.
Yeah, he's feeling himself a little big counter hit.
That's all he wants to land. The Ace Unlimited specials 2-0, 3 rounds straight there. And looking rough for Dr. P right now. Chat, I know you guys have been spamming his emotes all day. Now's the time. Dr. P's in trouble out here. Ace Unlimited's about to take the tournament, it feels like.
Give him your energy. He needs it right now. He needs this team with him. This is that match in particular. It really feels like Ace is running away with this right now. His Jin's on fire. Everything's working out constantly for him. The rounds are becoming less and less close. Dr. P needs to focus and dial in and channel that winner's finals Dr. P back into him.
Oh man, Ace Unlimited though, he switched things up a little bit here. I like the down forward 1 checks, even the single jabs. These are things he was not using in the past. And we talked about just a little bit ago where it seems like the Jin Kazama has been warming up throughout this entire top 8, and now it's finally reaching its potential. It's not even at full potential yet. That's the scariest part.
Yeah, it feels like it keeps getting better with every single round, and the longer these sets go, the scarier it gets, which is truly terrifying. The combos are getting stronger, the confirms are getting better, his punishes are getting better. Ace is just evolving throughout this match, and it feels like Dr. P is getting left behind here. So we'll have to see if Dr. P can bring this back from, what is it, a 4-game run now?
Yes. 4 games straight right now for Ace Unlimited.
We'll have to see. We're waiting for the players to get into the lobby here in just a moment, guys. We are in the grand finals reset of PlayStation Tournament Fight Nights for North America Tekken 7. These two players have been playing out of their mind throughout the entirety of the bracket. But right now it's coming down to this. 0-2 currently for Ace Unlimited versus Dr. P. Anyone's game still, but all the momentum is in Ace's court right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it feels like Dr. P is trying to do the things that worked for him in the past. Like I saw the attempts at the Party Crashers, and Ace, he just dealt with them. And the way you deal with Party Crashers, you just block. Going back to Tekken doesn't have chip damage like that. You can just block the Party Crasher all day. It's fine.
And we're going back to Claudio's stage again.
Of course. The random loves it.
Random loves it for some reason. But this is a good stage, I think. Lots of walls, lots of things you can do here. We kept saying this constantly, but Dr. P's best moments have been constantly pressuring our Ace before he can get anything started by putting him into the corner and keeping him there. But we'll have to see if he can even get him there in the first place. That seems to be even much bigger obstacle right now.
Yeah, Ace Unlimited in the driver's seat right now in the reset grand finals. Gets caught though. Forward, 1-4. High extension all day. Dr. P.
Yes, the combo. Here we go. This is where you want to be. Keep him here. Yes. Fantastic,
underneath
Doug.
the mid.
He's so patient right now. Oh no, gets caught out.
Yeah, but a huge lead right now. No cause for concern just yet. Party Crasher. Yes.
Yes.
1-4.
So smart. Dr. P coming to life here.
Oh my
no.
gosh. Ace Unlimited though. Where do these electrics come from? And where's the wall carry, bro? Jin Kazama, new season.
There it is again. Bulls have high success rate. Only hit twice so far. The wall. Perfect.
Again? Good blocks.
Yeah, he's been
Off
going
the
for
wall.
double low
Yeah.
constantly, but called out the bow and arrow this time. Oh my god, hell sweet. Boom.
Gotta do it. Ace Unlimited looking sharp.
It's still
again,
so
scary.
close. But Dr. P was a lot more competitive in that round. He's got this. Oh
The
no.
L sweep.
Oh no, the
4-4-2, yeah.
Great whip punish. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Tournament point for Ace Unlimited now.
Ace Unlimited getting better and better as the match goes.
There's the duck, finally!
Finally!
It took him 9 games or so to get there. But Ace Unlimited ducking the high in the Party Crasher extension. When it's tournament point, no less.
If you want further proof that Ace has gotten consistently better as this match has gone, hop kick. Oh no.
Doesn't get the sidewall splat combo. We got to throw as well. Dr. P's got rage. Can still stay in this. Rage drive.
There it
Get
is!
into a final round. It's not over. It's not over.
go. Tournament point.
Damn, girl. Dropping combos. Not now, Dr. P. Lunge
So much
punch
on
is
the
good.
line.
Oh,
Big
no.
counter hit. It's going to buy him a lot of space out of the corner, too. You hate to see this. This is where he needed to be.
Big lunge punch.
No.
Dodge. Wait, the wall. Wrong combo from Ace. Could have done a lot more damage here. Dr. P them. Last chance. Rage Yard bed. I don't like
Hail Mary. But
it.
that...
Tournament win for Ace Unlimited. He's going to be your PlayStation Fight Nights champion out here for Tekken 7 North America today. Congratulations, Ace Unlimited, winning it from the lower side of the bracket even, getting the reset in the grand finals and 3-0 to close it out.
Wow. What an incredible game. Ace Unlimited was playing out of his mind, especially through the lower bracket, seemingly evolving with each opponent he fought along the way. And that gen really just sort of picked up at the very end there. Absolutely incredible play by Ace. Really, really good stuff.
No, that was well played. Great adaptation. You know, you saw the defense evolving throughout the set there. You know, it was one of those situations where it's like he keeps getting hit by his counter, and his defense against high strings was so good when he saw him against Bob earlier. Surely he's going to duck this eventually, and surely he did. So well played. I really like that he stuck to Jin Kazama too. You know, we saw him bouncing around with that Oscar earlier, but the Jin Kazama was the play, and he made the right call and stuck with it.
Yeah, I think especially one thing to note in that initial winners finals where he got 3-0'd, that Jin was coming in cold. It was off of a low momentum situation, not much information already at that point, and then he swapped right off afterwards, right? And then Oscar lost the second time too. But then when he came back the next time, he had plenty of warm up through some really tight matches, and then came in with all the fire and momentum in his court. So I think that's what really happened there, and he kept evolving through even their set. Even he kept getting better. So really great stuff by Ace.
Let's take a look at the bracket, though, and see what we went through here today. It's been a long one, of course, but we see first place Ace Unlimited 3-0 over Dr. PG&M. Huge shout out to Dr. PG and GM, by the way, for a great showing out here today, making it to the grand finals with that Julia Chang. Second place to you, sir. Tondo, third place out here, and Divine Exodus rounding out our top four. Congrats to all you guys in the money out here. PlayStation Tournaments, Fight Nights, Tekken 7. Fifth place, we had Oron the Slayer and Zabby. And seventh place, we had Storm and Art the Clown. Congratulations to everyone in our top 8 in this free-to-enter PlayStation Tournaments Fight Nights tournament for Tekken 7. But again, Ace Unlimited going to be your champion here today. Well played, Ace Unlimited.
Yeah, what an incredible match and what an incredible Fight Nights for Tekken 7. If you guys want your chance to compete in the future Fight Nights or PlayStation tournaments in general, there's plenty of games out there, but they're all found at compete.playstation.com. So go ahead, sign up for the link below, and you guys can go check that out. Sign up, join our Fight Nights, join any of our tournaments, and we'll perhaps have our chance to commentate your match.
That could be how it goes. You guys can win some free cash just for playing online from home in these PlayStation tournaments. So again, compete.playstation.com, guys. Sign up and get involved. Also, we've got the PlayStation Discord if you guys are interested in hanging out with other players, finding out about more events and other community information. Check out some eSport events, articles, videos, etc. Scan that QR code, join the PlayStation Tournaments Discord. You guys can also, if you're quick, you can type in that URL real quick and get in there that way as well. So check it out, PlayStation Tournaments Discord.
But, speaking of future tournaments, there's one game that's come out recently that everyone wants to be playing, that everyone wants to compete for, and that is, of course, Street Fighter 6. And we have something really exciting for you guys. The Street Fighter 6 PlayStation Cup. Register right now on your PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, so go ahead and check that out. You can also check it out at the Play ESL Gaming and search for Street Fighter 6, and you'll be able to find more information on that as well. Street Fighter 6 obviously needs no introduction at this point. One of the most incredible fighting games to come out this year, probably leading the charge in the new generation of fighting games. If you want your chance to compete in one of the top fighting games currently out right there, this is the one to join, so definitely check it out.
Exactly. Street Fighter, PlayStation Cup, guys. Make sure you guys go ahead, sign up for that, register right now on your PlayStation 5 or your PS4 even. But that is going to conclude things here for us at PlayStation Tournaments Fight Nights for Tekken 7. Today was a really fun tournament, though, man. I really enjoyed seeing all the new faces that we had out here. Obviously, a lot of times, because these tournaments happen so often, we see a lot of the same faces making the top 8s. But today, I felt like half the players were new guys that we didn't get to see, and a lot of them kind of made names for themselves, like Dr. PG and GM.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If you showed me the bracket when the first thing started, I would not have called that grand finals. But it was really, really incredible. And we saw some of these players. I think one thing in particular is their consistency. Dr. P in that winners finals, I think, was an entirely new level of player. And if he can tap into that and hit that level of confidence more frequently, I think you're going to be looking at a future Fight Nights tournament for sure.
I completely agree, but that does it for us here today, guys. Thank you all for watching PlayStation Tournaments Fight Nights Tekken 7 North America. I'm Rip. That's the Skilled Roy. You can say it too.
Yes. See you guys later, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Peace out.